Still though, I mean, $50,000 a year to roll Snoop Dogg's blunt.
I'm down. And
I would be down.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that's
So the fact
Robert.
that none of us
Is
know
that-
how to roll.
That's Robert
He's making-
Kiyosaki.
Oh, Snoop Dogg is great.
He's
at
a
making
real
sushi
estate investor.
because of his blunt rolling skills.
Ah,
He's rolling a blunt in the background.
I think that's the key word for blunt sushi.
But I don't
Sushi.
think he doesn't like have
Hey, you know, sushi rolling, and also...
Yeah, that's
Oh,
a
yeah.
skill.
Yeah.
See, there's too many skills that involve the same kind of skill set.
That's yeah.
We should all update our resumes.
We should actually try to learn how to roll right now.
I know. I used to
Well,
roll
we all gain the
burritos.
skill, and then we can smoke.
You didn't even bring papers.
Oh, that's true.
But
But
I
dude,
already know.
What era do we live in? Technology. We could Postmates fucking some
Or
blunts
some
right
rolling
to the
papers.
door.
I don't know about that.
I don't think we
We
have
can.
enough time for that too.
Well, we can order it now. No, we could always do that afterward. But yeah,
Well, thank you guys for showing up.
yeah, of course, no problem.
Dang,
course.
it's been a long time.
It's
2
been a
years.
wild
It's been a long
fucking
Hell
year.
yeah.
This
Has it
year.
been 2 years? It feels like it's been more than that.
Really?
No, it's been 2 years.
2 years.
Because it was
Well, the last time we saw each other was in El Pescador.
yeah.
Did you go?
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I went.
That was at the
Yes.
where was it at in fucking Duarte or something? No,
No, that was in Ontario.
Was it in Ontario?
Yeah, I was in Ontario, dude. Duarte.
It seemed like it was
Wrong
far
with
away.
you?
I think I
Where
was
is
drunk.
Duarte?
I
And I also had a Serrano. Duarte is all the way the fuck out there.
It was called Pescadito?
No, El
Pes-
Pescador.
Yeah,
Pescador, yeah. Wait, was it called that?
Yes, it was.
And it was in Ontario.
It was in Ontario, no.
Yeah.
I do not recall.
It's funny because, like with you guys, we all. Do you guys remember how we met each other?
I remember how.
Kinda.
Oh, you guys were always buddies, right?
Oh, well, I mean, I've known Luis since 4th grade.
Yeah, we've
so-
known each other a while ago.
Yeah.
And
And
then-
I've known him since pretty much 7th grade.
Yeah, but we didn't really start hanging out till like,
Yeah,
like
he
high
flung
school.
carrots at me. It was great.
That was cool. In my mind.
And then who,
No,
who
it's
did I
actually-
meet? Did I meet you, Luis, first?
Yeah, yeah, I remember.
And then from
we had
there, I
PE.
met Andrew and then Steven, huh?
Yeah, we had PE together.
Yeah.
No, I actually met you before both of them.
Really?
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, through Joey and George, no?
I forgot my phone was on.
George, spiky hair George.
Spiky head.
Yes,
George.
yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's how I met both of you. But met both you and George at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. And that's crazy because we were like in high school and now we're all adults.
Yeah, no,
That's
that's weird
like
how
normal,
fucking
dude.
growing up works. That's actually pretty normal shit.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do all the time.
Actually, if you do that, you're actually considered more lucky than people who have died. If you tend to grow up. But yeah, fucking, I remember because we were playing football at the time.
Uh-huh.
in
Oh, the
PE.
apartments?
Oh,
No, in PE.
PE,
And like, I got into it with this one guy.
Uh-huh. Joel,
No, was it Joel? No, it was
the guy that used to
No, it was
You guys
it was
dated?
this guy Fabian. Yeah, this guy I used to date.
Fabian?
Yeah, I think his name was Fabian.
I don't know
Because he was
Fabian.
taking the game way too fucking serious.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
You know, he was
Uh-huh.
thinking we were playing PE football
uh-huh.
and just playing like I think it was flag football or something. He was taking too damn serious that we weren't fucking, winning or whatever. We were letting the other guys fucking wreck us, and I was like, dude, calm down. It's just a fucking game.
Huh.
That's when he wanted to fuck me up. And then it went to the locker room. Remember, it went back to the locker room.
Oh,
and he wanted to
yeah.
fuck me up. And it
Uh-huh.
was, first we had, was it, what period did we have
With
PE? It was
consent
like before
first?
lunch. Yeah, he wanted to fuck me with consent.
With consent.
Like, how
How
dare
dare
he?
you?
Hey, practice that consent, fellas.
Yeah, he was practicing really hard. He was like ahead of his time. Well, maybe it sounds about right. It
So
was
some
2004.
guy
See, you
wanted
didn't
to-
let him, so
Yeah.
that's why he does it without consent now. See,
Not a strong, independent
Wow.
black woman.
That's your fault, dude. What's wrong with
No
you?
need no man.
You should have.
strong,
You should
independent
have taught
man.
him better, dude.
But yeah, that you guys stepped in and kind of like backed me up, like, hey, dude, it's not that serious.
Mm.
And that full fucking just pretty much left us alone.
Do they still play flag football?
At school?
Like anywhere?
Yeah.
No,
Well,
I
I mean,
think,
there's no classes.
I think they just
Yeah.
say you do and
I
give
think
you
they
a
do it over
participation
Zoom.
trophy.
They do it
No
over
participation.
No, they do it over Zoom now. For sure.
Nice.
That's even better than what
I
I
would.
would.
Yeah.
So what is it now? Pull the laptop?
There's less contact,
I didn't know
but
how recent. I thought you meant like recent years.
Uh-huh.
But he's talking about this year.
well, I just mean in general, who does play flag football
Well, over Zoom,
recreation?
Or Zoom?
nobody. Kids in 2020 do.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe some adults who really love flag football.
I don't think it
There is.
It was fun though.
It's
it was
just-
fun.
It's just like that rule that anything that's on the internet will be made, porn. What's that
Are you
rule?
saying there's flag football porn out there?
Yeah.
That probably is.
What?
You see, she was saying it.
I want to
And,
say
she was saying it, and then it comes out, and you're like, you know what?
Yeah.
There probably is.
Yeah.
Flag football porn.
There's probably blunt rolling
Yeah.
porn too.
Yeah. Best believe it. Best believe it.
That's where Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg found his blunt.
It's just him rolling blunt. Oh, fuck. Just his fingers just rolling.
It's like, oh, is it getting hot?
Oh, shit. I need that.
Goodness.
Damn.
They must have really
That is
small
one
hands.
sexy
The
looking
blunt
blunt.
roller must have really like fine hands.
Yeah. Probably.
I mean,
He probably has blisters already.
like long,
Calluses.
but
Yeah.
small, calloused over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, if his hands are too small, he can't hold a whole blunt, then, right?
Yeah, not a whole bunch.
You think he
have to
just
do it in
walks
parts.
around like this the whole
It
time?
walks around.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Just doing it with one hand.
Oh,
If he does it all day, he's
he's
probably like
Italian.
He's
I smoke the blood.
I don't think Italians sound like that.
No, they're more Joyzy.
They're probably not even
Jeez.
speaking English either.
Well, not like Italian Americans, I guess.
I don't know.
I mean Italians from Italy, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is
But
that
no
what you guys are
Italian.
talking about?
Yeah, I guess so.
I was just trying to sound like
I was just
Mario.
saying he's like.
Is Mario Italian? I don't think.
I think so.
Italian.
He's Japanese.
He's Japanese.
He is Japanese.
He is.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He doesn't look Japanese.
That guy came a long
Wow.
way. He
That's
started out
racist.
as a plumber and then became a doctor.
That sounds like Italian.
Yeah, he did.
He did do that.
He did become a doctor. Wow.
Mhm.
What?
Yeah,
Dr. Mario, yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
he became a doctor.
He just throws pills at people.
He does.
Sounds like modern day medicine nowadays.
Yeah,
so,
just-
yeah.
Yeah, he really chucks them.
He chucks them at people, yeah.
Fucking Mario.
Uh,
Oh, that's the childhood homie right there, all right?
I didn't grow up with Mario.
No.
No.
What'd you grow up with?
We had 6 broken Ataris.
Mm.
So nothing.
Yeah.
You,
Yeah.
you grew up with poverty. Okay.
We just had well, one time we got a Game Boy, and then you'd like
We got a Game Boy.
we got a Game Boy. Yeah, there was 9 of us. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
That's why I like the Wii.
Yeah,
thing.
so we'd play Game Boy, and in order to find batteries, we'd have to like steal them from around the house. So like
The remotes?
none of the remotes in the
Yeah.
house ever worked.
Yup.
That must have been exponential with you guys.
Oh yeah, there's 9 of us.
Yeah. But there's only like one.
There's only,
remote.
I know, right? There's
Yeah.
like 2 remotes.
We're all playing the same game of Pokemon.
Damn.
I was about to say, it's only got 1 save file.
Only one save file.
Hey, so you guys did
No.
it before Twitch did it.
What do you mean?
Oh,
They played Red version.
yeah.
Oh,
Twitch
that's
plays-
right.
Twitch
Yeah.
plays red.
I remember that.
Everybody just put in like one command.
That
just
was
happened.
such a mess to watch.
Did you ever hear about that?
About what?
It's just Pokemon, the Red version that came out for Game Boy
The old
over
school.
kids.
Uh-huh.
People played it on Twitch.
Together, like
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of people
Yeah.
were playing it. And so you put an input, and it'll go with the input. And so just
Uh-huh.
imagine 100,000 people
Just-
going up, left,
Yeah,
right,
up,
up.
left,
So
up,
it's just
A, B.
it's just the guy glitching out. It took them like 2 fucking weeks to actually beat
But
the
they
fucking
did
game.
it.
Damn.
And like some people were like going into the menus and trying to like
Trying to delete all the
Delete the
Pokemon, the
Pokemon.
Great Exodus.
Yeah.
Yes,
There's
yes.
this
That's so
whole
messed
like
up.
story. That
Yeah, it was
Damn.
crazy. Like, what was it? Was like right before the 7th batch or something. It was like pretty late game, I
Yeah,
think, that
dude.
they just released all the
A lot-
Pokemon.
yeah, the Great fucking Purge.
the Great Exodus.
Yeah, the Exodus.
Yeah, and it's
And
just
then-
like what?
Yeah, there was this Pokemon named like all V's.
What the
And that was like the one that they used on everything.
Yeah,
pretty
that
much.
was
It was
the
like the
Jesus.
highest
It was It was their like Pidgeot or something. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
Feed everything.
It was so crazy, dude. It was honestly one of the best moments of history.
Oh man,
of like internet history.
Yeah, that's internet history right
It
there.
really
for sure.
is. And that's the thing is like I was just talking to this guy like how much storage is on the internet? Like there's a lot of shit out there. And like that's out there, like that fucking video that we were talking about.
You think it's ever gonna
like 10 years
blow
old.
up?
I don't know.
Ooh.
Well, Jorge, his brother, and I were talking about like probably the internet is probably going to gain sentience, or it probably already
Yeah,
has.
I was about to say it might already have.
And it already has, and that's the thing is like it's still.
What do you mean?
It's still dormant. Like the internet is like
It's
starting
like
to
learning
collect.
off of us,
Mm-hmm.
like learning off of like how we're using it and whatnot.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
yes, for sure.
Dude, and it's
For
becoming
sure.
sentient, like a hive mind.
Yes.
Like where we're all feeding it information, and it's just
Yes.
like still dormant.
Man.
You know, like it's still like gathering information, but it knows it's like learning.
Yeah. And there's all kinds of shit that it's learning from
Oh, yeah, dude.
like social media,
Mm-hmm.
just browsing,
Yeah.
just even opening your phone, no?
Yeah, anything.
That thing tracks you.
I mean, they're
was
listening to us.
So then, hold on.
I was talking
Okay,
about
Isn't
it
it?
right now.
It's listening to
It's
you.
getting sentient.
Yes.
Like, oh shit, maybe people
It's
know.
getting sentience.
Hold on a sec. So basically, so if the internet becomes a sentient being, it's a bipolar, confused person that's addicted to porn and shops a lot. There you go.
I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be memes.
Oh, and memes. Yeah.
Just memes.
So I
Yeah,
looked
there's
this up. So in 2014, Life Science estimated the limits of the internet to be 1 million exabytes.
Damn, that sounds like a
Exabytes.
lot.
Damn.
Is exabytes around?
No, probably
An
not. I mean,
exabyte is 1 billion.
we're barely
bytes.
at terabytes right now, right?
That's
wow.
18 zeros after the one for people.
You said it was how many?
1 million exabytes.
Exabytes.
Million
Million
exabytes.
exabytes.
And an exabyte is 1 billion bytes.
Damn, that's,
Wow.
that's crazy.
Because like a terabyte is what, like 1,000 gigabytes,
yeah, yeah, a terabyte, yeah, is 1,000
which is like
gigs.
where
which
we're
is-
at right now,
Which
pretty much.
a gig is like
What's
what,
is
1,000 megabytes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
and then the megabytes are
So the
kilobytes.
internet's big.
Damn, that's
It's huge.
huge.
Dude.
Yeah, eventually it's gonna overcome all of us.
But I mean, think about it. Like what
Already
PS2 is 8 megabyte
No.
memory cards,
Oh yeah.
right?
I mean,
8
like
megabytes.
the first
Uh-huh.
computer was a military project they did back in like what, World War II or something.
Yeah, no,
And like literally,
It was
it
huge.
had our modern day cell phones are way more
Yeah,
advanced
we
than
can
even
go
that
with
thing
the-
was back
Yeah.
then.
We can go with the moon with
And that thing literally was filled the room. It was
Probably
like a
big as this
huge.
room, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm sure like it was
Well,
like
to
it
move
being
it-
radiation. It was just like.
And people are like, oh, this is like.
Well,
this
just
is
even to
This
move
is
it,
the future.
they needed like a couple people to move it, no? Because it was so big.
Yeah, yeah.
And now it's like,
I know. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably.
it's just like a little chip.
yeah.
Yeah. We're
That's pretty
listening
crazy,
to everything
though.
we're saying. Give us cancer.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it too, like our generation was like the first generation that was exposed to like technology.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we were like in a weird middle point because I
Yes.
remember growing up and playing out in the streets and having you used to come
Yeah.
over all the time
All
over the
time,
summer.
dude. Just
And
go-
like,
just go do shit.
and then like high school was when I got a phone and everything, you know. But I feel like nowadays these kids have a phone like in elementary school, and it's just like, man, I feel like it's just gonna start affecting their interpersonal communication.
Oh,
Yeah.
all kinds of crazy
yeah,
stuff.
it already has for like, especially like, 13, all the teens.
Oh yeah.
You know, especially if they get on social media and they start, searching all this stuff and
Yeah.
their self-esteem.
Mhm.
You know, that is what's difficult about being a parent is like keeping up with what's going on in order to make sure you and your kids are informed.
Right.
Because like it would help if like our parents were like, hey, yeah, this is technology, but you got
But
to
they
be
didn't.
careful with
They
it.
didn't know.
But they
Yeah.
didn't know.
Literally,
exactly.
we're the first ones for that, you know.
Mhm.
So
And that's the thing. It's going to continually happen. So it's
Mhm.
kind of difficult to like foresee that in order to like teach that to the younger generation until it's like probably too late.
I feel like with us,
Maybe.
it like slowly moved
right.
everything. But like, as we got older, I feel like everything all of a sudden just blew
It blew
up.
up. Oh, it did.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what was it? I don't remember exactly what year, but we're hitting what's called the technological singularity,
Uh-huh.
where all our technology is reaching a point where it's literally gonna fucking skyrocket.
Yeah.
And like
It's
we're
gonna be
getting there,
crazy,
like that's
dude.
like AI, the whole talking about the internet
The
becoming
internet.
sentient and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like we're literally hitting that point. I think they said something about 2030, 2040 is where we're gonna really start seeing like some really crazy sci-fi shit, even though we're kind of already seeing that nowadays.
No, true.
And then, I mean, if we don't fucking kill each other, you know, I mean, if we don't self-implode, really,
That's more likely.
yeah. And but I thought it was kind of interesting because if you really think about it too, we're don't think about it.
Don't think about
We're
it.
influencing our own like evolution. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
We are.
like biologically, humans are still evolving, but we evolve at such a slower pace that our technology is like the next step in our evolution. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
the whole cyberpunk thing.
Do you
know?
remember earlier when I said that I didn't think about it?
I lied.
I was lying. I do actually think about
Damn
it.
it, Steven.
We gotta turn this.
And then also, my name's Stephen Armantrout.
Oh, are you Steven? The Steven
The
Armantrout?
Steven
I know we
Armantrout.
didn't like
No one
Aren't
introduced
you-
himself.
or
Have you
anything.
Yeah,
ever-
somebody interrupted about some Texas taco. What an asshole! that guy
Serious.
is.
That's honestly what threw it all off.
That's,
course.
not,
You kinda
that's
did.
definitely
Wasn't-
not the name of the podcast.
You would, Steven.
I
You
know.
would be the one.
I would be the one too. Just interject.
But
What's wrong
really,
with that
Texas
name
taco?
anyways?
Like, no,
I thought that was pretty good.
that's terrible. Because that's actually the name of a taco.
Yeah, but
No.
it's
Yeah.
but it's
It
Texas
sounds like a terrible taco.
talk like speaking with an O at the end.
You gave this way too
Can
much
I
thought.
leave? What?
Can I leave?
Oh.
Hey, ooh.
Look
What do
at
you
that.
got there?
Damn.
Thank you.
Oh man, who can roll?
Oh, I mean,
Well, let's see
that's
if we can employ Snoop Dogg's.
We
wonderful
should.
Just-
Okay. Oh, Snoop Dogg. This guy makes marijuana infused ice cream. Check it out. We're gonna check it out. But go to try it out.
Hey,
That's what I felt like right
this
now.
is my interview
That's
for
a
your
safe
blood
place.
master.
The blood master.
Yeah,
I'm gonna show you how it's really done.
But yeah.
You just brought up something
I'm high as
really
fuck, I forgot his
interesting.
name.
That's funny. Like you came up. See, if I run out of something to say, I
Just,
just go straight into it.
That's what Saturday Night Live does. When they're not funny, they're just like make fun of Trump.
I mean, they haven't been funny in a while.
They
so.
were pretty funny. When Bill Burr was on there, that was great.
Oh, billboards.
Bill Burr is
hilarious.
so dude. That guy is
Hilarious.
legendary. Immediately
Yes.
rose to legendary status. Jerry and I went to go see him in
Oh,
at the
really?
Fox Theater in
Uh-huh.
Riverside.
Oh man.
Dude, it was great.
Oh,
Dude,
he's
he
so
is
funny.
so fucking funny.
Yeah.
Great. He's like up there. Like Dave Chappelle is like probably one of the best.
Yes. He's
And
definitely
he
the
was just
goat.
on Joe Rogan's.
Uh-huh.
Oh, his
Yeah.
podcast?
I saw
Yeah.
that.
Oh, that sounds like it'd be pretty good.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I only wish it would have been longer.
He just popped in. That's it. He
Yeah.
just popped in.
He did just
Yeah.
pop in. It was mostly
Yeah.
Donnell
Donnell
Rollins.
Rollins, Donnell Rollins, and that was
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
It's
He's that guy's
the
funny.
banter, the way he talks with Joe is fucking hilarious.
I just feel like he always needs to clear his throat.
Who, Dave?
No, Donnell. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
He always needs to clear his throat.
It just sounds like you need to clear your throat, dude.
Oh yeah, because he sounds all raspy.
sounds raspy.
You mean
Yeah.
he sounds like Batman?
Worse. Like Christian Bale's Batman.
Christian Bale.
Man, does anybody know how to roll? I mean,
No.
we need to get Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg.
I
need
really
your
wish I
bottle
could have
on.
found his name.
It's Seth Rogen. I'm calling in
It's
a
Seth
favor.
Remember, I was with you.
You just prayed to the weed gods. And they sent you Seth Rogen.
Oh, they just sent me. I'll try. It's not gonna be good though. But sorry, I keep doing that in front of the camera. Can you guys hear that? I mean, camera. This
see
is
it
a mic.
in front of the camera, and yes, we
Well,
can
you
see
are
it.
you are in front of the camera.
I am. Yeah.
So
I keep
everyone,
doing that.
probably anyone
Oh,
that
shit.
watches this, like all the 5 people, would be like, "Hey,
All the
I
five
can't-
people.
Omar has pool. You got Seth Rogen."
Yeah, look at that. He got Seth Rogen. People are gonna click just because.
He's
what?
like a bootleg Seth
It's
Rogen.
like-
He's Beth Rogen.
Or even still, they're like, "Man, Omar's got pool. He got that Seth Rogen lookalike."
Nah, that's Beth Rogen. homie.
That's a stunt man.
That's his stunt.
Spin double.
I like how his stuntman's like half his size.
Yeah,
Too. I know, right?
Great value, Seth
It's
Rogen.
like Seth Rogen's about to
Great
smoke
value.
about to smoke a joint. Get the stunt man here.
He quit.
Hey, he
I
quit
bet his stunt
temporarily.
double will be able to roll a blunt though.
No, I lied on my resume.
No, like,
I'm a millennial. What do you want me to do? I need a lie to get a job.
Bullshit.
what's that term? You gotta fake it till you make it.
There you go.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it kind of sucks when they have to call you out on it, but yeah, at least you'll get the job. Once you got it, it's like that's your shot right there. Show us that you can do it.
They're gonna be like, when are you gonna have Seth Rogen on again?
Or his lookalike, whoever he was entertaining.
Yeah, that guy fucking Sounded stupid.
I hear stupid is entertaining these days.
Oh yeah, it is. It is pretty entertaining. That's why we have the Kardashians, and am I close enough for the mic? Kardashians.
What else? I thought you were gonna have a whole list. You should have just went into Trump again.
Just one.
Remember, if all else fails.
No, I'm not into that cheap comedy. Patrice O'Neill would be very sad with me. Once you go to name calling or or not improvising, but what is it? I'm high. When you mimic
Well, it must
somebody.
be nice.
Hey, we totally can.
Yeah, we're
Just
still sitting
pack
here
it.
at these blunts that we can't roll.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, how do we do a hiatus, or do we just do it on air? I'm just kidding.
There.
Well, I can't roll. Who
yeah, I
has
know.
the best attempt? Well, you guys haven't said anything, but you want to smoke.
I mean, yeah, but I just don't think we can achieve it.
Maybe not. We need to hit up
This makes
Snoop
me
Dogg.
sad.
I mean, if we could try, hit up Snoop Dogg. I mean, does he do emergency calls?
Emergency.
He
Emergency.
just
That's the
flies
new
over in his
911.
private jet. He's like Wonder Woman.
No,
The
dude,
new
this
This guy,
guy.
911.
invisible jet,
Where
just
does
shows
Snoop
up.
Dogg live? Like in fucking
In LA?
In LA, yeah.
Right?
He's only got to
Sure.
drive down here.
That's where
Fucking-
most celebrities live.
Do they got like pigeons that can still see?
A carrier pigeon?
Yeah, like, hey, roll this blunt up. I'll send you a blunt back when I can.
Let me just pull out my map of the stars and let you know where fucking Snoop Dogg lives. Come on, dude.
I mean,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you were to bust out a carrier pigeon right now just to send a message, I'd be kind of impressed.
Dude, it'd be more impressive if Snoop Dogg sent a carrier pigeon back
Yeah, exactly.
with a blunt and a note and be like, dude, you do look like Seth Rogen. Holy shit.
Holy shit, I was just
Wow.
smoking with you the other day.
I
How
wouldn't even see this.
I thought I was high as fuck when I thought you were in Riverside. Dude. Only bitch ass motherfuckers go to Riverside. That's what Ice Cube
They
said.
ain't
or
nothing
something
special.
Like that.
Technically, we're in Corona, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, we are in Corona, that's true. Fuck Riverside now.
Damn, that's crazy.
No.
Can't talk about Riverside.
Well, no, Riverside where we grew up, fuck it.
That's, you know.
I was trying to remember like what Riverside is known for.
Oranges.
And I put meth. Yeah, I know.
Meth.
And somebody was like, maybe oranges? No, like, no, I'm pretty sure it's meth.
That's all we got, oranges.
Yeah, like who goes on vacations in Riverside? Where are you going, Riverside?
Mission
California?
Inn, dude, all the time.
The
Yeah,
Mission Inn?
Mission
If you're over 55,
You just go to the Mission Inn.
yeah, I'm gonna use this
Why?
retirement money on this fucking expensive ass
On
hotel.
Festival of Lights?
On
Come
Festival
on.
of Lights.
There
That's
it
the
is.
shit.
Festival of Lights.
What's that fucking? There's like 3 restaurants in there, right? And they're all
I don't
like,
know.
fucking expensive as fuck.
I'm
Oh,
not
yeah,
a
for sure.
tourist. I don't go there. It's
But
like
you live
it's like
there.
living in Las
Do I
Vegas.
look like
and,
I'm retired?
It's like living in Vegas and
I
going
look like
on the strip.
55
You don't-
north.
Oh
Exactly.
man,
That's crazy.
I'll probably retire in Riverside. Why not? Just
why?
can't afford
So you
it.
can go to the Mission Inn finally and figure out what the fuck's there.
If I know what's there, no. I want to stay in my community. I want to grow my community.
What's special about Riverside to you?
Well, I'm there.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
I live there. I
That's
happen to
it.
own
No.
That's all you need to
That's
know.
what I needed.
No, I think there's an importance in
Good
having.
point.
I think there's an importance in having a sense of community.
No,
and
definitely.
staying
true.
within
But-
where you.
but
But you
that's
can
why
kind
I'm
of make that
asking.
anywhere, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can, but
What makes Riverside?
But it takes time.
it does take time.
It takes
That's-
everybody.
I think there's
Riverside,
some
listen up.
there's something important about like kind of. I get it. People want to move out, and a lot of times these days, like millennials like ourselves, we do have to venture out sometimes to other states and stuff. But
Yeah.
I think that there's things that you can do, and there's things that you can give off by staying within your community and building
Definitely.
it up.
And I definitely agree. It's just I feel like Riverside is definitely getting more expensive, and I think
Yeah.
it's due to
I
like
can see
the the college aspect of it as well as like the conservative side.
I
of
mean,
it.
it's a decent enough, like
It's a big
like
city.
area.
It
yeah.
is a
It's a
conservative
huge
But
city.
you know what's weird? It's like a big, small city because
It
like
is.
everybody knows each other.
Well, it's because it's
For the most
it's
part.
because it's
Well, I was talking
portions.
about the county in general.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
county
yeah.
and
I
Riverside,
mean, that's
yeah.
different.
It's like
And there's like a bunch of like small, like Grand Terrace is in Riverside.
Yeah.
Grand
Right?
Terrace is like what, a block long.
Yeah.
That's such a small city.
And it has like a
It's
bunch of
huge.
little cities
Yeah.
inside
It's like right
Riverside.
there by Loma Linda or whatever, or Yorba or
I don't know. I kind of feel
whatever
like
Linda's-
Riverside kind of caters to the elderly population.
Yeah, so that's why you'd want to retire.
Yeah, it's good to retire.
Yeah.
All the
Plus
apartments coming up are
Bodega.
like
Shout
retirement
out to La
apartments.
Bodega.
I think it's
I
good.
want to move into An apartment, not a retirement home, unless they let me. I mean, maybe.
I think it's good though to venture out.
Yeah,
It is good.
yeah, no, I totally agree.
Yeah,
When
how's
I moved to
chaos?
Texas, it's good because it kind of gives you a different perspective of what else is out there,
Right.
and you really, you really see what it takes. Like he said, community.
Yeah.
Because now I got to start over there.
You're right.
None of
And
us know
here
the
I had my
roles
network. I
and
had you
waiting,
guys.
you know?
I had other friends.
Damn.
You
We need Snoop
so
Dogg's
over there it's
butthole.
different because now I have to start over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So,
yeah, no.
yeah, it's crazy.
That sense
I mean,
of
that's-
community, again, though.
That's part of the
Yeah.
exciting part, though. You know,
Yeah.
like it's scary, but it's also kind of like something
Yeah.
new.
But
Ex-
that should
exciting.
be a way into your community,
Yeah.
like by going to these events and whatever, and learning what's going on
Yeah.
around you.
Yeah.
It's a new city, it's new people. I mean, who's out there that you know? Your
Friends.
brother?
Yes, my little brother.
Yeah, your brother
Yeah.
and some
Oh,
friends.
Shaggy.
Shaggy's
Yeah.
out there.
Oh,
Yeah, so
right.
Yeah.
that's a pretty good starting point.
Yeah.
What's Shaggy's real name? I always forget.
Santiago.
Santiago.
Oh,
Santiago.
Means
Santiago.
whale's vagina.
Exactly. That's
Dang.
exactly what I'm thinking of.
No wonder he
Shout out
goes by.
Anchorman,
No wonder he
Will
goes by Shaggy.
Hey, Anchorman was memes before memes.
Dude,
All right?
it really
we
was.
had to live off Anchorman for like our entire high school career.
It's true. That is super true.
These kids are spoiled. They have no idea.
We have to use Anchorman memes quotes all the time.
All the time.
All the time. Impersonations is the word I was thinking of.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you guys for your
I
help.
wasn't- no, I
Thank you,
wasn't
tablets, Google.
I was thinking, I already told you what the
Snoop
go-to
Dogg's
is if you
butthole.
forget to say things.
What is what? Oh, don't.
Yeah, you got to do that. Right?
When you do.
Or look it up really quick.
Impersonations.
Wow. What was that?
That was terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah,
What was
Terrible
that?
impersonation of a terrible.
Terrible impersonations. Yes.
Hey, there's probably a niche for that, People want to hear somebody do a really bad
Like
impersonation of something.
ASMR.
Put it on your resume
Put it here.
I have
next to a non-existent blunt rolling.
Yeah,
sticks.
I'm terrible at blunt rolling. I do a terrible Donald Trump impression. I'm really good
Hire
at
this guy.
ASMR.
He is awful.
Like,
He
people
has
want to
pot-
listen to it for some reason.
He has potential.
He puts me to sleep. I love it.
I love it.
Yeah, that's what I need in
That's
this
what I
crazy
want.
day-to-day life. Just someone boring to listen
I just
to.
listened to him on the way back from work and almost
What?
crashed. 'cause I fell asleep.
What,
Does the
Great.
job.
what job are you applying for? Why would you need to tell somebody that you're
All
bad
of
at
these
doing stuff?
not skill. These aren't skills.
Oh, you're trying to be a news reporter.
I'm trying not to get hired.
You're trying to get hired at CNN.
I apply just because I have to, but then I try
wow.
not to.
'Cause you
get
need-
hired.
Like, hey, I applied. Isn't that what counts?
That's what counts. Can you give me money now?
There you
Where
go,
does the
dude.
money
Yeah.
come in?
There you go, dude. You're gonna want to apply at like spots where they need CEOs and put all that shitty information in there, dude. And see if you get an interview.
Hired.
You're hired.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
They're all
I'm looking
dying
for.
anyway, so we need somebody to fill the spot.
I mean, that's not how you get a CEO position, but maybe maybe somewhere it says
It should be a
looking for
tournament.
CEO. No,
A tournament?
It should be a
For the
fight to the death.
Oh,
It
yeah.
should definitely
I
be
would
some
pay
sort of
to
tournament.
watch that.
Yeah, because you'll
Just
generate
see-
revenue.
Right?
It'll like
You just see like Jeff Bezos and like fucking Elon Musk just fighting
Go at
out to
it.
the
that's
death.
pretty
Dude,
dope.
and it'd be
Alright.
dope because like
Forget
steroids would
elections,
be,
fight
like,
to the death.
everybody they can use
Spears.
steroids.
Yeah.
On the horses, like old school.
Oh,
Drugs.
what is it called? Jousting?
Yeah. That'd be dope.
Mm.
If you want
But
to
with
be,
performance enhancing drugs.
if you want to be in charge of school board, you need to fight to the death
We need to know that you were willing to take any kind of
for
sacrifices
these children.
for the children.
These are the youths.
And
Think
their,
of the children.
The
their
children.
whole campaign involved them getting ready for it, like getting all fit.
And they have Joe
Steroids.
Rogan.
Like a huge ass
Joe Rogan's
Steroids.
talking about him.
Even the horse is on steroids.
It'd be cool if it eventually did get to like that Futurama level where we preserve these like celebrities and put them in the jars.
And
Just
jars,
the heads.
jars.
Just
And
the
they just
heads.
keep talking and doing their commentary, so it never changes. Like Walter Cronkite would still be fucking saying the news. Joe Rogan will still be doing fights.
I mean, you're
And
only talking
podcasts.
about like the
And
good
podcasts.
things happening.
Well, yeah,
Like,
like
a lot of bad people.
well, I mean, but they couldn't bring back. I mean, would they bring back people that are dead? Or
Sure.
would
I
they
mean, I
just-
don't know how that works.
Yeah, I don't know how they got
Technically.
Nixon. Futurama. or
They did have Nixon.
yeah, like how they. I mean, he was still alive, I guess. At the time.
No, you said
So it's like
you said
right
that.
before
Yeah, no,
he
that's what I'm
died.
saying. Like, when does Futurama like doesn't it take place?
Well, it's a
like
cartoon, so
It's in
they pretty much get to write
I
the
mean,
universe
no,
however
it's the
they
year
want.
3000, I want to
Whatever.
say.
Exactly.
They're not
Yeah.
But
bound
when
by
did they invent the
history.
head preserving technology?
It's been around.
Since like 2020.
We need to get
That's
the
the
So we
creators
should
of
be at it
Futurama.
now.
It's one of those fictional plot devices. You don't question it. You just like
I
nod your
don't
head
like
like,
it.
okay,
Futurama.
that's how it works.
Non-shout out.
Future was the shit.
I love the Futurama.
Let me-
So you're just gonna say
If you did not
Things.
cry on the dog episode,
Many episodes.
you have no soul.
Oh,
That
I
was
remember-
that was sad. That was sad.
There was that one, the one about his brother too.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
That was a good
His
one.
brother looks up to him the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
oh, that's sweet.
His image of him was
I
completely
had a
different.
tear, and Tiff was like, "Why are you crying?"
Dang.
Why-
Girls,
why-
Make
girls
funny.
love to call you out when you're crying.
You're not
Oh, I know,
getting
right?
Yeah, he's showing some emotion. Why are you crying?
This
You're a
isn't
bitch.
this isn't a chick flick.
Yeah, explain to me why you're crying.
Why
please.
didn't you cry during the Notebook?
She's cheese as fuck. It's just like some fondue.
This is some fondue right here. Damn, that's some extra gooey
That's
cheese.
just goopy cheese. I want to dip a taco in.
Dip a taco. That sounds really
Yeah,
good.
but man, you're a sissy, dude, crying for cartoons.
Dude,
Futurama.
cartoons made me feel emotions.
It's like not even real stuff happening.
It's
You're
not
just fucking
real.
shedding tears.
All right, what was the last like
Is anything real?
TV
Isn't
or
that-
movie you cried
Isn't that more impressive though? That it's not real.
and it tugged at your heartstrings?
It
It
did.
tugged at your heartstrings.
Because like real shit doesn't even. I've seen like shit on the
Music does
internet.
that. Sound just does that.
How does
Okay,
music?
well,
I'm just
I
kidding.
mean, like actual movie or show that you seen last.
that made tugged at my
Have you ever
heartstrings?
I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily cry. Let's just say eyes watered.
Yeah, or made you like feel
Since
like
you're
oh,
such
Like
a-
eyes watered, like there was like a plate of onions next to me.
You do that when you watch
Look
a
at this
movie?
toxic masculinity over
I
here.
just cut
You tell me
onions.
while you watch
While
a
you're watching
movie.
the Notebook, like this is the only.
No,
way.
I would say that I
I've never
don't
seen
I don't
that.
recognize if I'm getting teared up, but my girlfriend probably does. She probably sees like, man, that guy's a bitch.
You don't
How do you not
recognize. Yeah,
recognize
how
it?
do you not
I don't know how,
recognize?
that doesn't even
Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Just watching TV.
I'm just.
I'm
watching-
so enthralled
Oh.
into what's going on. I can
Yeah,
be,
but well, okay,
Oh,
so
God.
you are enthralled, so you are aware of what's going on.
I'm aware of what's going on.
So nothing makes you feel emotion.
Nope.
No.
No.
What?
Nothing in TV, or even if it's like a real life, like an actual documentary of some real life shit, and it's pretty sad.
I just don't watch stuff like that.
No.
No, I don't like watching like
Because he knows.
Nothing but-
I don't
Because
like
he knows
watching-
it's gonna make him
I
cry.
don't like
Yeah,
watching
'cause he-
serial killer stuff and
No,
things like
no,
that.
No, that's
That's
why I
not
didn't say
gonna make
serial
you
killer
cry.
stuff.
That's fascinating, but you're not gonna cry over that.
You don't know.
If you do,
Jeffrey
you got
Dahmer said
problems.
you only tasted okay.
Let's see. The last thing that made me tear up.
Like anything. Like, okay, you watch Futurama, right?
That's why I'm saying, like, I don't really pay attention to myself. My girlfriend does. She'd be better at telling
Alright,
you
let's
this
call
than
her
me.
then.
No,
I know,
do not
put her on the
call
line.
Do you
No,
remember
don't call her
when
that.
Don't
She'll
call
find,
her.
like, yesterday,
I know, yeah.
Survivor,
He was watching football.
and they got rid of
He
Clyde.
was watching football and he
Yeah.
lost in his fantasy.
Yeah, that's when he cried.
He's like, Juanita, am I crying right now?
I can't tell.
I can't tell.
I can't tell.
Am I feeling emotion?
It just says it so blatantly.
What do you do during sex? Like, that's weird.
Wait,
Just-
I'm not
Cry?
Just
crying.
no,
He
not
just pumps a
crying,
few
but if he feels no emotion, just like,
I didn't say I don't ever feel
He just
emotion.
pumps a few times.
But
and
No,
just
he just
like,
said
movies.
cry.
I have arrived.
I have arrived.
I don't want to talk.
Finished.
Finish.
You just lean in.
I'm done.
Finished.
Thank you.
I'm done.
Going.
Thank you. High
Just,
five.
you just, I was about to say, you just give her a high five.
Active
You were great, thank
sleep
you.
Protocol.
You're really great.
You're really good. Fucking Donald Trump.
I don't know what to say.
Perfect.
Oh man. That's
I'm
great.
crying right now from laughing.
Steven, you
Oh,
are
see, he
crying.
does feel
Steven,
things.
what are you feeling right now?
He does feel things.
All this.
He's feeling
Goddamn
anger
toxic.
and hatred for his friends right now.
Oh.
It's like, goddamn, they can call me out on whatever they like, but I'm gonna kill them. Or more like,
He should already
your
know.
girl's gonna kill you.
No, I'm telling you, I'm staying in my community so I can kick you guys out.
Oh,
Yeah.
because we pope?
I don't like that. Them's fighting words.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not cool with that.
I'm already out.
Where's your blunt roller?
I'm already
You
out.
already left.
I know, right?
All right, 1 down, 2 to go.
Fuck. You don't have a piece in your car?
No.
All right, let's drive back to Riverside. Let's order my car.
I mean, in time. It's okay.
believe-
We can wait. We can wait.
Yeah, you can wait.
Yeah, that's true.
Please just wait.
Time. Yeah, don't be a fiend.
I'm an addict.
Don't be that guy.
I'm addicted.
Now everyone's gonna use you as that statistic or that story. Like, this is how you know weed's addictive. See this guy? All he did was talk about wine and roll blunts and looking like Seth Rogen.
Yeah, he aspired to be like
and he
that
did
guy.
a horrible Donald Trump the whole time. And that's like the one person that's gonna watch
He
this.
always got people's names wrong.
You
All
can
these
get-
comedians.
And you just name drop everybody.
And I
Yes.
just keep shouting out people.
You
Shout
got
out
Snoop Dogg,
my little
Bill
baby.
Burr.
My babies.
None of these people know you. They're just gonna be like, "Who is this guy? I don't know who the fuck."
Yeah, they're gonna know Seth Rogen.
So,
You
shout
mean
out Seth Rogen.
Beth Rogen?
Seth Rogen.
Bootleg Seth Rogen?
Yeah, Beth Bogan.
Bogan.
Beth Bogus.
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking Beth Bogus.
Yo, what up? It's Beth Bogus.
Check me out.
Hey, your
Pineapple
Seth Rogen
Express.
impression's better than your Trump impression. Let me just say.
Yeah. I don't know if I can
That's
do it.
you forgot the face.
Yeah. Just like, come on, man.
No, what was that?
That was Joe Biden.
Oh,
It was just
I didn't even know.
all he did was say that, and that just stuck with me.
I feel like this is when
That's
Seth
what
Rogen
everyone
will chime in.
says. That's what everyone
That's
says.
crazy, man. You ever done DMT?
No, oh, you know what? I always wanted to. But
We
I'm
should.
addict.
I'm kind of scared.
But I'm an addict.
I don't think you get addicted to DMT.
DMT is
But I'm
crazy.
not. You don't know what. You don't get to choose what I get addicted to.
You get addicted to
Asshole.
anything.
I know, it's the chemicals in whatever it is you're taking that does.
Yeah, true. I would like to try DMT.
I heard that's the chemical that's released in your brain when you die.
Oh, whoa.
Really?
Yeah, so like what you see is probably the closest
Like
thing to like
after death?
touching the afterlife.
Where did you
That's
hear that from?
crazy. I would like
But
to
you
try
literally like you take a hit, you'll blast off into like this, into the trip, and it only lasts like 5-10 minutes. And
that. Oh, yeah.
Dang.
to
But
you,
it feels
must
like,
be a life.
yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, any like mind altering, like psychedelics in
Like
particular will do
psychedelic.
that.
Dude, I read like a lot of D&D books.
D&D.
D&D?
What did that have to do with DMT?
We're
Just
talking
because
about
I'm
drugs.
an extended period of time, it feels like
Oh.
hours, but it's only like 5 to 10 minutes. I'll be like reading D&D books.
Oh,
like,
okay. Oh, I don't know.
We're
I
still
think
talking
it's-
about
I don't think
drugs
it works
here,
that
I
way.
so-
know.
Yeah,
I
I
feel
know.
like you have.
I'm not like bending space and time.
Yeah, I feel like you have control, but not the control you think you
No,
have.
I know. I'm just being an idiot.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I'd like to try DMT. That'd be very nice. Because like
That'd be an
imagine,
experience.
well, yeah, but, fuck yeah. Because like those people who have almost died and come back and were like, dude, I've experienced like.
Oh yeah, and their lives
And
have
their lives
completely
are
changed.
way-
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
You take everything in a different perspective.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like any psychedelic,
And
you
you-
do some shrooms or acid, and
True.
you'll still walk away changed a little bit.
The doors of perception.
Yeah.
Well, I think also it depends on the mentality that you go into, no?
Oh, no,
Because
that's
if you
very
go into
important.
the mentality of like, oh, I'm just gonna get high and that's it. But if you take it like as a different experience, you're like, oh, that shit was deep.
Oh yeah, no, it is. It's crazy. You gotta really be in a good mindset. It's very important.
Right.
You,
And, like-
you just can't abuse those kind of drugs.
No, definitely
No.
not.
I mean, a lot of people use them recreationally, and don't get me wrong, I do it too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, you gotta treat them with the respect they deserve,
Exactly.
because they
And that's-
will definitely turn your mentality upside down.
That's why this war on drugs bullshit is also like kind of putting this fear in people. When you can control people by making them fear what they don't know. So if people, that's why like Oregon fucking decriminalizing all that shit.
I'm
is
curious to see
super
what that
important.
turns out like.
No, that's really good.
Yeah.
That's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Because when you limit humanity, look at prohibition. Look at fucking marijuana.
People
too.
are gonna do what they want to do.
People are
in
going
the
to do
long
it,
run.
and not teaching them to
Whether
be
you punish them or
responsible.
not.
One of the things that really brought that to light to me was sex ed. Sex ed is super important. That only like really parents can teach you, which is funny because like King of the Hill, the second episode is about
Hat penis.
yeah. She's trying to say penis. She's so conservative that she can't say penis to try to teach her son like about a penis and a vagina and how this works.
The birds and the bees.
Yeah, like dude, parents take that like this whole other conversation. Like, why are you gonna trust somebody else to teach your child the best thing about reproducing? Because like, that's something that your parents would teach you, and like
Right.
also like drugs and stuff like that. Like,
Well, do you
people
think
need
it
to
should
more
be
educated?
both parents and school?
I mean, I can kind of see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
not all the parents know all the
No,
answers.
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, no,
it's
definitely.
supplement. It's
And
supplement.
everybody doesn't have parents.
But I feel like
or
Yeah,
somebody who doesn't have
exactly.
parents. Yeah,
as a parent though, you should be a little open minded and receptive to these kind of talks. And I feel like
Yes.
once you start going like, no, I can't. Well, you've just set that idea into your head, and now you can't. You
and
really
if the
can't.
general population is okay with that, then those people
It's
who don't
just
have
it's
parents,
something natural, like
and the people who do get taught by the parents are going to have an easier time at school learning.
You think
Right.
Yeah, I would think so.
And I think
I mean-
now with this generation, there will be more of that because I feel like the old generation are like, I don't know, like
Closed-minded.
Yes, closed-minded, and they don't. They just focus on their stuff, and their kids like, oh, they'll learn at school or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
You
which
know?
is, which
It's
is
kind of a race, isn't it? It's a race.
That's or
it's a
depending
race
on the
between
culture.
your parents and
Yeah.
porn. Who's
See,
going to get there
true.
first?
Exactly.
Who's getting there first?
And
Parents
the
or
internet
porn?
is ever living,
Yeah.
ever growing. So the porn is going to teach your kids more
Yes.
than anything. That's why OnlyFans and all this shit. I mean,
it's pretty
OnlyFans
prevalent
isn't
now.
for porn, dude.
it's not. We
Sometimes
can play
people only
Magic.
have one fan and
Yeah.
no
You
AC
can play
in their
Magic
house.
as long as you're naked.
Yeah.
And not only that, they're watching porn, and they're
Oh,
also
my
seeing
dick.
how you should be treating women.
Exactly.
That's
Like
you know,
shit.
like all that stuff.
slapping them around.
Some
Like choking them out.
Hey, some bitches like that shit. But I
Yes,
don't know why
but
they like
you can't assume all the girls
it.
like
No, definitely. You can't
Or
grab
not-
them all by the pussy.
Yes.
Yeah, no, true. You have to be a billionaire to grab them by the pussy.
I don't know. I don't have kids, so I don't really ever think
Well,
about
I mean, but
explaining
that,
it. But I could say that we don't live in a sex positive nation. That's for
no, well, kind of.
I mean, who does though? Where in the world does that even?
Brazil.
sure. France.
France.
What do you mean by
Oh,
sex
okay.
positive?
Yeah, yeah,
It's the way that sex is looked at, the way it's perceived. We kind of demonize it.
We,
But
I
not
mean,
only-
I wouldn't say
No.
demonize.
Hold
on,
we
what's
taboo.
in
It's
movies?
a
Hold on a
taboo.
second. I'm
It's in
gonna
movies.
wait a second. I'm not
All the
done.
time.
So we kind of demonize it, but then at the same time, it's like one of the main uses for selling or advertising anything.
Yeah.
So it's kind of creating this
It's a
whole
subliminal message. Like,
confused thing.
something that we can't have, but they put it in your face anyway.
Yeah.
And then makes you want what's closest to that, which is what they're tying it to.
But that's what humans are
Like a burger.
good at.
Yeah.
They tell you no, don't
Oh,
do that,
have you
but
ever watched-
secretly, yeah, you should do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like yeah, no, for real. And that's why the war on drugs. This is what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
yeah.
back to the war on drugs.
Right.
Is just knowledge. If you know more about what you're
Exactly.
doing.
No, and like so like my
Oh.
parents growing up were always super against marijuana. You know what I mean? Like so I always had to like fucking sneak around and smoke that shit, But when our dog got he had a heart problem and was having like strokes and seizures and whatnot, and
Yeah.
me and my sister went to the clinic and bought him some veterinary grade CBD oil, and they started seeing how it was helping him.
Really?
They started to understand like it's got its medicinal
It
purposes,
is,
but
exactly.
they're just so the image that they were sold growing up is that this is the devil's lettuce. It's just no, you can't do that,
Dude, Vietnam soldiers fucking have that shit
Oh.
in fields out
Oh,
there.
like
They
the
took-
term shotgunning, like they literally smoked weed through
Through a
shotguns.
shotgun.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy, dude. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool too. 'Cause,
Yeah.
What do
dude,
you-
all these people who went to Vietnam smoked weed because it was everywhere. out
Yeah.
there. They
Right.
fucking threw the seeds out there into the jungles.
Yeah,
and-
there was like wild marijuana
Yeah.
plants
It's
everywhere.
crazy.
Yeah.
And
What do you-
like, dude, fighter pilots take fucking like methamphetamines and stuff to stay awake.
that's
and
real.
stay
Oh yeah,
focused.
truck drivers do the same thing.
Dude, truck drivers. Dude,
Right.
drugs are everywhere. It's like
Yeah.
there's no the whole war on drugs is just like
What do you mean by that? That's what I'm trying. That's what I'm
War
wondering.
on
well,
drugs?
the war on drugs. Like just
Like we're going against
criminalizing
it.
drugs.
Okay.
Also, the actual war on it, where we're using it as a front to fucking, be with other countries and fucking work with other countries and
South
kind of be
America and
there.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. Like that's all obviously a front. It's just as much as like a laundromat is for like a fucking mafia.
Right.
It's just a front
Yeah.
for something that's going on in the background.
That's why
Right.
it's called money laundering.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You're
it.
cleaning dirty
You're
money.
cleaning it. I remember the Scarface game. That was great.
I learned that from Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
I think that's with everything, right? If it's bad, you gotta learn how to kind of use it in a
Yeah,
positive way
of
and
course.
regulate it. Because
Anything.
like in other places like Poland or Scandinavia, they also legalize everything.
Yeah.
And for like the people that are addicted to heroin, you can get it at any pharmacy store, and they actually help. You know, there's
Wean you
counselors
off
there.
it
Yeah,
and
there's
go
counselors there
through, like,
that
actual
go
drug
into
addiction.
depth as to why you started doing
Yeah,
heroin.
yeah.
And after going counseling, then the people
Knowledge.
stop using heroin.
Yeah.
You know, because now they
It's
already
because you just treat them
expressed.
as criminals.
Yes,
you know what I
that's
mean?
the problem.
And like there's the problem. Sometimes people aren't criminals. You know, we just
Right.
fall into these habits. And there's so many other drugs that we can legally obtain: caffeine, alcohol,
Dude.
nicotine. You know, and it does the same thing.
all that
It really
shit.
does the same thing. You know.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
It's
mean,
mind altering. It's physically
Yeah.
also altering because you're
I mean,
numbing yourself.
Adderall is literally baby meth for kids.
Yeah.
You know, so.
I still want to try Adderall and play like some fucking video games. Just go at it and just like hyper focus. That'd be pretty
I don't
dope.
know if I feel like I'd enjoy Adderall.
Well, Adderall, you'd have to like kind of set up for it. Like set
Yeah.
something that you're gonna do that's like tedious or something that requires your attention.
Well, I mean, I have friends that've done it like at festivals and stuff,
No, I
you
wouldn't
know,
do it
which is
there.
kind of weird. Yeah, that's what I always
doesn't
think.
sound fun.
weird.
But I think it's because they party too much, so they just use it to like keep going, you know. And I'm just kind of like,
See,
yeah,
that-
if you're doing more drugs to keep you to do
To
some more
balance
drugs,
out.
you know what I mean? Like that's kind of a problem.
Yeah, I know.
that's kind of
right?
a problem.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's just crazy because there's like different levels. You know, like weed and alcohol. You know, like
I
they
mean, we
balance
each have
each other
our
out.
vices, you
Yeah.
know?
So what are you suggesting then with the? Are you suggesting like decriminalizing all drugs? or-
I would say yeah. I mean,
I mean, it might
decriminalize-
be a good start,
And
but
like you said, Poland and all that stuff. They educate people.
Well, we have examples. If we have examples like Poland and now Oregon,
Yeah.
and if it works out for them,
Mhm.
why would it work out for us?
But America,
Oh, right.
America.
How could I forget?
That's such a good,
Good
response.
point.
Wait, we're just giving
Better.
people free drugs? Like, no, we shouldn't give people like why?
well,
heroin
obviously, be
needles,
decriminalized.
heroin needles all over San Francisco. Are
Those
you
can be
kidding me?
reused. What are
Yeah.
you talking about? Sanitize.
Recycle, good to go.
Yeah, what the
Gotta
fuck?
make that money.
Yeah, that's crazy, dude. How
Go
dare
green,
we?
recycle your needles, guys.
Recycle your needles. Drop them off at your nearest.
Let's
needle
make the
recycling
needles
point.
through hemp.
That's awful.
Have biodegradable needles.
Dang, Omar, you got good ideas.
Yeah, dude, are we writing any of this down? We're just gonna be on the internet forever.
Anytime
Forever.
I feel like I need to write something down, I just take a drink.
Oh, you
And
know,
then I
I'm
forget what I was
empty.
gonna write
I'm
down.
empty too.
I can't really drink if I'm empty. I mean, should we just make more drinks?
Yeah, don't,
Yes.
don't look at me right now.
Okay, don't look at Steven, but let's
Don't
keep
look at him
talking
in his
about him.
fucking shame.
We gotta keep talking about Steven while he's not here. Then
We don't talk about it.
You want to
So-
pause or
No, we're good.
Do we pause?
Yeah, no,
Oh, no,
we're
good.
good. You going?
Yeah.
Yeah.
you can cut it out
No,
later.
it's okay.
Yeah, man. And well, you got other. I think also you got another thing that Mexico also legalized marijuana for
Oh,
the starting.
really?
But from what I've seen or heard and
It's all
read,
swaggy shit.
yeah, because now like you know how here there's mom and pop shops that are able
but
to
the,
grow
the
it.
cartel has
Yes,
complete
so
control
now
of
the
marijuana.
cartels are having control of it. So it's like, it's like a good thing, but then the wrong people are in control of it.
Yeah.
But like, how do you fix that? Because the government is already in cahoots with them. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So
That's
like
what
any
sucks, is they're
legislation they're
deep in
gonna,
there.
they're gonna pass is gonna benefit them
Yeah.
in one way, shape, or form, whether we know it or not. It's probably
Yeah.
behind closed doors.
That's
but,
most likely through intimidation and stuff.
well,
like that.
yeah,
Shit that they got on them.
yeah, dude,
But,
it's
like-
just crazy down there.
Yeah, it's just crazy, dude. Yeah, I actually talked to this nurse when I was at at UCLA earlier,
Uh-huh.
and she was talking about she just went to Mexico last week,
Uh-huh.
and went to go surf and shit like that. She was like, I was kind of sketched because all the shit I've heard, but it was okay.
If you stick to the tourist
Yeah,
areas,
I was
you'll be
like-
alright.
Yeah.
I was
You'll
like,
be
it's,
alright.
it's like fucking.
And there's just like
Chicago.
media. The
Yeah.
media blows everything.
Oh, I
up.
know, I know. They
Yeah.
they over exaggerate on.
They
a lot.
Did you
Yeah.
guys ever watch like Primer Impacto?
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Pre-med
Oh,
impact.
yeah.
Let me just
I
say,
had to.
And it's
news
like
anchors
intense.
had racks
Yeah.
on them,
Dude.
dude.
The-
Yes.
How do we as young Latinos not grow up sexualized?
But,
Like,
but dude,
there's
Latino
just
culture
every-
has been sexualized
Exactly.
though, at least more than American culture.
Yeah,
It's
it's
kind of
funny.
interesting.
It is funny, and
Everything.
that's a big shift in fucking America too.
I mean,
Yes.
granted, America's pretty
It's so
sexualized
crazy.
as well,
I was
but
just thinking
Thanks,
about that
Steven.
today too. Like when my mom called like a daughter from my outfit like sexy, and Tiff was like, "Oh, she said sexy," like to a baby, and I'm like, that was kind of normal, but yeah, I could see where you could see that was wrong.
That's crazy.
see, I mean,
You know, like it's a baby
I mean
looks sexy.
that's a big talk nowadays
It
too.
is.
You know what
Especially
I mean?
right now in
Like
this whole-
pedophilia in general.
Exactly.
Yes.
Pedophilia. What I mean, it's so crazy. Like
Well,
talking about,
even just like our parents or grandparents or whatever, they were getting married at 14, 16-year-olds.
I know.
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
It's weird. Just like, where's the line?
Yeah.
Like cultures and shit like that. All these different cultures have different lines.
Right.
And it's hard to like generalize it. Like here in America, I feel like we're more like, I don't know if advanced is the right term for it, but like, like just
Civilized?
Just civilized.
I mean, the rest of the world's kind of like that too.
Kinda.
That's
but
kind
like
of
there's
that's like a
we're-
subjective term, right?
It is. That's because like I'm thinking like Catholic Church, the motherfuckers fuck boys all the time. And shit like
I mean, they're not supposed to.
They're not-
That's not
yeah,
something that they
I don't know if
are
God-
openly about, but
yeah, God didn't tell
they
you.
actually, completely deny and say that's a bad thing. But
I don't know.
that's humans in a nutshell.
Yeah,
like,
but- yeah.
don't do that, but I'm
mean,
gonna do it
I'm
anyways.
gonna do it because somebody told me.
Well, like you can't really suggest anything for something like that because every country, every continent, they all do their own things.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
It might not look wrong to
Yeah.
them, but it does to you.
And
yeah, that's true.
and wanting to not wanting, but I mean even in what you're suggesting, it's almost like it's dictatorial, right?
Mhm.
Like you can't really force that upon somebody.
Yeah.
Which sounds weird, but
It reminds me of last year's Super Bowl. Like people were like, "Oh God, Jennifer Lopez and Shakira are just like so sexy. Like my kids shouldn't be watching this." Like that's normal. Have you ever watched Primer Impacto? Like,
yeah.
or any
But then
or
again,
any weather
like,
woman, right?
Let me just
Yeah.
tell you, Karen, your kid has seen boobs and knows exactly what boobs are, right?
the internet. Is
You
a
can't
thing.
protect your kid from boobs.
In that
They're gonna know what boobs
situation,
are.
Educate your child.
Exactly.
In that
Educate your child.
situation, porn beat the parents.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then again, like us as adults, we've slowly learned and we saw what boobs are, what everything is.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a lot of boobs.
Kids don't know what they're watching.
No.
You know, how many
That's true.
times I mean, like when I see like old cartoon shows,
Right.
you look back to it like,
Oh,
what the
dude.
You know,
I was listening, I was watching that.
one of my favorite ones is King of the Hill. Like I did
Oh.
not like King of the Hill growing up, but now that I'm an adult, I'm like, yo, this is funny. This is adult humor. I would not understand it as a kid,
All
and
the
that's
time.
why it flew over my head so many
Yes.
times. And like seeing it now, I'm like, this was actually a great show.
It
What
was
the
so
heck?
funny,
It's
yeah.
so
But
funny.
it just didn't make sense. When you
No, it
it
didn't.
right.
Exactly. It didn't
It's
make
just like
sense.
Bobby's an idiot.
Yeah,
That's
and
all
I'm
you
just
get
like,
to
when's
do.
The Simpsons going on? I don't want to see this.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
that show doesn't make sense to me sober, like at all.
Which one? The Simpsons?
King of the Hill.
Oh, no. King of the Hill.
No, I can't watch it sober.
What? You have to watch it.
I
So
like
because
King of the
it's
Hill.
like
Can't do it.
dude.
Really?
It'll piss me off.
I've been rewatching it, and it's actually really, really.
It's
good.
really good, yeah.
I think you like
So-
it because of the under
That's
the
what
radar
I was
shit.
thinking.
Like-
That's totally his humor. That's the funny part. So
Yeah.
one of the things that made me super happy, I guess, was when there's this like huge debate in Japan over whether or not the sub version or the dub version is better of King of the Hill.
Oh wow.
Oh my god.
And
King of the Hill.
yeah, which is so funny because like our animes, we have the same debate.
I was just thinking.
You know what I mean?
about that.
And this is American anime, pretty much, and they have the same debate, And I'm just like, this is, and
No,
most of
it's
them
gotta
agree
be-
that subtitles is better because
What?
because you get the American humor out of it. You
Oh,
know what
okay, I
I mean?
get
The
it.
accents, everything.
I
you
thought
know.
the accent of like the southern drawl or whatever.
Mhm.
What would be what captures their
But
audience?
I mean, they see it as like that's what's funny. That's the American, if you change it into Japanese, it's not going to be the same
No.
because the
oh
innuendos
yeah,
and things
sorry,
are
we're talking about
different.
the same thing.
Yeah,
you're
like,
right.
Yeah, so it's
Mhm.
just like it's not going to be the same thing pretty
Yeah.
much. But it's kind
That's
of funny
funny,
that they even have the same debates we do.
Mhm.
Like culturally speaking, like it
That's
just
so
makes so
funny.
much sense.
Yeah,
to-
because King of the Hill would definitely the southern drawl and all that. Like, yeah, I'd rather read.
it wouldn't make
different.
sense in Japanese.
No.
They don't have new episodes, do they?
No,
No.
that
Oh,
show
okay.
ended a while ago.
Yeah. It's like any other old anime.
Mm,
here.
Yeah.
We just rewatch old shit because it's
King of the Hill's considered anime?
It's American animation.
animation.
It's good. It's drawing. Like
that's
South
an
Park. I
Anime
guess,
is
would
short
be.
for
Oh.
animation.
South Park's still going
Yeah,
on,
like,
no?
Oh, yeah.
People in other countries would love to watch that stuff. So yeah,
They're probably gonna
it's-
just watch it
It's
subtitled.
American.
Yeah.
I bet, it's restricted. I bet
anime.
South Park's restricted in some countries.
Oh,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
banned in China.
And Canada
Is
And
it?
Canada? Oh, because of the whole.
because of how they were.
Oh,
trying to
no,
make
they-
it.
the prime minister shit, or just because of
Just
Canadians?
their heads are literally coming off.
Why
of
are you offended, Canada? That doesn't even make sense. Like what? Why? That was just a joke.
Snowflakes.
I know Snowflake Canada. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Again, terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Just stop, please.
You really should stop. At least work on it in the mirror.
I will.
Thank you.
Work on it and come back.
Okay.
Yeah, and then the come on, man, do that one too.
I could do Come On Man because that's
No, you didn't. We didn't know what you were doing.
That was Joe Biden saying "Come on, man."
Do it again. Let's see.
Come on, man.
What?
No.
No.
Okay. Anyways,
That sounds like a Joe Biden from Alabama.
I don't
Come
know where.
on, man.
Oh.
No, you know that's funny. It reminds me of South Park because of like when the episode that got banned or that got South Park banned was because they were making fun of how the prime minister or president of China looks.
Oh, yeah.
Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah. Which actually wasn't even super offensive.
Yeah, but even before that, people in China were making fun of that, and he fucking got on that shit. And so when South Park found out about that, those fools
they
were
just,
be like,
of course, yeah.
Let's make fun of that. And he says, "Come on, China."
Well, speaking of Seth Rogen, remember his movie, the interview actually got...
Dude, that's not even China.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, never mind.
That's North Korea.
North Korea.
But yeah, that shit was fucking hilarious.
Yes.
It wasn't like super hilarious, but sorry, it's a story.
The movie was funny.
I know, I had to stand in for a couple things.
Remember, it was supposed to be
movie
in the interview.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was supposed to be in the
right.
theaters, but
came out.
I guess he had a big fit about it, and it only got released on
Yeah, because
Netflix.
people thought they were gonna fucking attack the theaters or whatever. Like,
Oh, what?
yeah, or some bullshit. Like he was
People
gonna,
are crazy.
People are stupid. Yeah, dude. At my work, they thought because Donald Trump was gonna win that we gotta put away all the fucking trucks and put everything away because people are gonna riot if Donald Trump wins. Like what? How are you so sure Donald Trump's gonna win? How do you know people are gonna riot?
Well, they did in 2016, no? Wasn't there?
I
mean,
remember.
yeah, but I mean that
Maybe.
happens in like super populated like metropolitan cities. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? We
It's not gonna
live
happen
we
in
live
the-
in the suburbs, homie.
Yeah,
That's not
true.
gonna happen
No.
there. No, my parents also got like a barricade for the door. When
That
all
was
the
for the dog.
when all the
That was
when
for
all-
you, Andrew.
when all the protests were happening, they
Oh,
were just
Black
like,
Lives Matter shit.
yeah, they were just like,
No,
oh,
it's
and I was just like, no
suburbs.
one's gonna come
Yeah, no,
raid
they-
the streets of a
yeah.
suburbs,
They
man.
don't-
That's
yeah,
that's not how. No,
The
they-
media overblew that.
Of course they did. Of
Yes,
course
yeah.
they did. Like
Media
most
overblew
things.
that.
Like
Yeah.
most things.
Like,
But like
don't-
people don't take the time to do their own research. They
I
just
just,
Yes.
people don't
You know?
realize that
it aligns with their bias, and that's
all
all
that
they need.
stuff that happened was larger than the civil rights movement.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
dude. It was crazy.
Not
it was history.
in terms of what happened, but the amount of people
that were
Yeah,
fuck
yeah.
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That shit's wild, and that's why
Yeah.
they didn't know what to do but demonize it.
Well, I mean,
millions. And
yeah,
millions
exactly.
and millions.
Because
Yeah.
again, they're just afraid of people having that much power.
Millions and millions.
Yeah. So like if
Have to
everyone
do
just didn't buy gas one day.
Oh, that's so difficult. There's no way, dude. To organize that, it's
I
gotta
know it
take-
would never happen.
No, it's gonna take somebody to do something really, really shitty, like straight up, like I don't know, fucking execute a kid on TV or whatever, and then to do shit like that, to band people together to do something.
I
like
mean,
that.
even that, I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, well, I mean, it's crazy. I know it's fucking wild, but
I mean,
like
the internet's changed our
hypotheticals. Okay,
minds.
people on the internet, Karens, Kyles, hypotheticals.
Yeah,
Kyle's?
we're getting red flagged for that.
Yeah, they're like, I used to kill a kid on TV. No,
How
on
dare they?
YouTube, everybody
They
can
don't even
see
do
it.
that in video games.
No, they don't. Dude, what was in Call of Duty Modern Warfare when you had to shoot up that airport?
Oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah, dude,
People freaked out about
But
that.
see, there was a
But it's 'cause
disclaimer at the beginning
Oh,
of the
really?
game.
Yeah.
Like, hey, there's some graphic shit. Like, not
And that
graphic,
was-
but like...
That was one of the situations, yeah.
I remember when I got that game midnight, dude. Like, popped it in. It was like, hey, there's some graphic shit in this game. I'm like, I fucking know. You know?
This
And
is
they're
what
I like
rated
that.
M for
I didn't-
mature.
Yeah, it's rated M for mature. I know. I told them I was 17.
Was there somebody out there like, don't buy this game?
No, they didn't know.
I mean,
that was a surprise to
yeah.
everybody.
Oh.
You know, because it was like the second or third mission in the campaign, and it was when you're like an undercover Russian agent, and you had to like we're on one of their missions, you know, which is shoot up this fucking airport, killing innocent people.
Oh wow.
And like, yeah, no, I know people were like freaking out about it. Like, my kid was playing this fucking game, and he was shooting like people in the back that were running away from him. Like, what's going on? Like, what is this game? And people were like, it's Call of Duty. Like, Call of Duty? What? Like, everybody plays Call of Duty. It's like Fortnite nowadays. Like if Fortnite had people fucking shooting innocent people in the back of the head, people would be like freaking out.
In Fortnite, you kidding me?
Isn't that what
Yeah.
you do?
They
in
have
that
a
game?
marshmallow fucking concert. They're
No,
not
there's
gonna
no
do
way,
that.
no.
Oh, that's
No manhunt
that's
shit.
actually pretty cool. Like they actually do like events and stuff like that in game now. That's nuts.
That is pretty cool. Like I
You
got to
can-
give it a Fortnite cross-platform. Fucking in-game
yeah.
events like that is pretty cool. Like for people who
Just for the record, I hate marshmallows. So
marshmallows. Like if they would have gotten like
Like
I
the
don't know,
food?
like all
no,
these
he's
holograms.
a EDM DJ.
No, I know who he is.
Oh.
That is. But I thought I just thought like across the board, like I fucking hate marshmallows.
No, I hate marshmallows.
He reminds
Put
me
a
of
s'more in my face, you're
He
gonna
is
get hurt.
boo boo. He's garbage.
He's
but-
fucking-
Have you guys
yeah.
tried the virtual goggles?
Yeah.
Is that
You mean
what are they called?
Oculus?
Oh,
Is it that
is
game
that what it is?
where
Yeah.
you put on
Oh, yeah,
virtual
the
goggles?
VR,
You put on fake goggles?
Like
It's a game.
porn or?
Cause no.
Because no,
No, I
I
haven't
would
tried that.
like to. Do you have one? Is there a secret room that we can use?
No, I've never.
No,
I've
there
never
isn't,
used-
Luis. All right.
Because I already had one in mind.
I already picked one
I
out.
already picked one out. I wanted to see it.
Take the mic with you.
You guys keep talking. I'm just like, whoa, yeah, put it over here. Are they real? Like, no, they're
Tell us
virtual.
more about Texas, dude.
No.
What do you want to know?
Like what?
No! Forget you, Luis.
Well, what is there? Okay, tell us more
Yeah,
about
you've
what
been
is there
there
about
for
Texas?
what'd you say? 2 years?
2 years.
What
You've
is-
been there 2 years.
Huh?
Tell us something that's happened, man. Like,
Was there like a tornado?
Yep.
Yeah,
Did your kid
There
walk?
was what?
Really?
What?
Did your kid walk now? Like,
Yes.
okay.
She's 5. I'm glad she
No.
walks.
Can she play D&D?
Wow.
No.
Not yet. Give her some
How old
time.
is
What's
Can she
D&D?
read?
She's 5.
Dungeons and Dragons.
No.
I
Dyson.
like how Omar had
It's
to
actually
ask that.
Dyson Dominoes.
That's how you know she does it.
Dude, it's an excellent learning tool, let me tell you that.
Well,
It's very good for learning.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Imagination, math.
I'm sure you know this, but I've never been really into games and
No.
stuff like that. So
I
I
like
mean,
my mom.
huh?
My mom is not.
This
into
is
games.
muted.
Yeah.
I
So
can't even
everything
go to
I
the
do with
doctor.
her is usually like she likes going out to the park.
Oh,
I
yeah.
got her like a bow and arrow, so she likes
Oh, that's
doing
cool.
that.
Oh, dude, that's so.
Yeah.
With a suction cup, right? Not an actual arrow.
No,
Yeah, no,
dude,
with
we
narrow.
straight to
No, it's
hunting.
an arrow.
Hunting.
It's
hunting
Texas.
little rabbits.
Hunting
It's
boar.
Texas.
They don't
Texas,
sell-
baby. Yeehaw.
Whatever walks
We hunt
by.
Yeah.
kangaroos.
They don't sell suction cups.
Kangaroos. Kangaroo-
I think
Hey,
they're
look-
illegal in Texas.
Hey, them motherfucking kangaroos are buff,
Yeah.
alright? No, they will knock your
They'll
ass out.
catch
You
some
do not want to
arrows.
fuck with a kangaroo.
See, they'll catch arrows with like a monk or whatever. You know,
I think it works that
they
way.
just fucking throw them. Do you
That's
know?
such an Australian thing, though.
Yeah.
Get punched out by a
They
kangaroo,
don't.
like that's only gonna happen there.
Yeah, it's like that video with that guy who saved his dog from the kangaroo.
The one he
I haven't
decked.
seen it.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, this guy decks a kangaroo.
He does. He punches the kangaroo.
And the kangaroo's
straight
like, what just happened?
up. he got rocked or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I think he just wasn't used to it.
He's never
He's
gotten
not
punched.
used to these humans punching back.
Yeah, you know?
Or it had an aha moment, like, oh, so that's how that feels.
Oh shit, dude! I gotta stop doing
And
that.
then what did the kangaroo do?
Nothing, it
That's
just
what
ran.
I'm telling you.
It
probably
literally
ran.
it froze. It froze and it stood there like,
Oh,
What the fuck just
See,
happened?
like if someone were to deck you, what would you do?
take him back.
Oh, see.
That's because you're not a kangaroo. It's
That
on you.
kangaroo's
That
gonna
makes
sit there and
sense.
dump up.
See, so
What the
if you
fuck?
see a wild kangaroo in Texas, don't punch
I
it,
don't think
or do punch it. Why not?
I don't know, I don't think you'd see it.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna release
No, I don't think a
Don't do
kangaroo.
and prove you guys wrong.
Don't do it.
I don't know. I really like
All my
Texas.
Australian homies.
Like if it
Send
wasn't for like
kangaroos to Texas.
my families and friends here I probably wouldn't come back.
Really?
Yes.
Like?
I feel like in Texas there's maybe right now, maybe it'll change after, but right now I feel like there's just more freedom in Texas.
yeah. Well, yeah. It's one
More
of those,
freedom,
See that?
less taxes.
There's open carry in some kind of
Yes,
right?
yes.
That's pretty dope.
Yes. And then like, for right now everything's open and the only requirement is, wear your mask.
Yeah, which makes sense.
But you could dine in and, be outside and do whatever
Is
you
that
want.
what makes Texas great though?
Yeah, I kind of want to know what you mean by
Like
more
besides
freedom.
that, that's just adjusting
that-
to what's going on. Newsom
And then
is pretty restrictive.
guns, and then as soon as the first week that I started working, there's no state tax.
Yeah, there's no state tax.
There's
so they
no
fuck
tax
you on
tax
income
with
tax.
everything. What do you mean by income? Well, what do you mean they fuck you by income
I
tax?
heard that they fuck you on income tax or it's property tax. One of the
Probably
two, but they
property
did
tax.
it back somehow.
Yeah, I feel like there's more positives than negatives, you know. So I feel like the positive
Outweigh the
yeah,
negatives.
I would hope it's not property tax, because if it is property tax, then that means that lower income neighborhoods are really suffering over there.
Maybe.
Because that's part of what your taxes goes to.
Yeah,
like
but there's
especially property tax
there's no
goes to
sales
funding
tax,
schools and stuff. Yeah, but if you're getting it on the back end, like imagine being in a town where nobody owns a house, like that'd be pretty bad for your
because of
local
what?
economy.
The
Because
landlords
usually
or
property taxes go to pay for like things like school and public goods and
sorry?
stuff like that.
Yeah, sorry.
apologize.
You apologize to the mic.
Yeah. So like
Good.
you know.
I'm high.
So when you pay your property taxes, part of that goes to funding schools and stuff. So the more property tax that comes in for like a certain city or whatever, the more money that the school around is going to get.
I mean, in the long run, I'm actually okay with paying taxes if they're going to things that actually benefit everybody, not just, you know.
Right.
And I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's socialism, man."
I know that's not socialism. That's just redistributing our wealth. What we're paying.
We're
for.
already doing that, though.
It's a collective wallet.
Our monies go to things that we don't necessarily use all the fucking time. So, like, what's so bad about free healthcare and like education and whatnot?
Yeah.
I'd rather do that.
I'd rather do that than sending
or maybe
people to
there should be like a mix of both, because I think with the free healthcare, I think people are concerned that, you know, there's gonna be a big list, and then, you know, people are not gonna be able to get the treatment that they need to.
So the thing is, though, a lot of countries have had free healthcare and have been doing this for a very long time. That we have models that we can model our system behind that work. You know, I just feel like we've been sold this idea this whole time, like long lines, this and that, and like that was literally just a selling point for the people making money off of it to make us think that this was the bad idea when it really wasn't. You know what I mean?
That debate is done.
Oh yeah,
healthcare, human right.
It should be.
If you go to a doctor and the first thing they're asking is for your wallet, then that's a problem.
To live is a right. Yeah, you know what I mean. And like in any free country, it should be, you know, provide. Like, my taxes should totally go for, like, example, your daughter that just had a life-saving like liver transplant. You know what I mean? Like, I would be happy to do that. And like I read a statistic that actually broke down to tax-wise what everybody would be paying for universal healthcare. $33 a year.
That ain't shit.
I would totally throw $33 a year to make sure my neighbor gets the fucking treatment that he fucking needs.
Even if I never need it, that means somebody else is getting it.
That's fine. It's what's so bad about looking out for a fellow person, you know? And I feel like here in America, we're just sold this idea of individualism. It's like, no, you got to pick yourself up by the bootstraps, you know? Like, you got to make it on your own.
Which is fine for certain things, but like health,
no, exactly.
Like, people are trying to take care of themselves, and you're telling them no, you need to have a certain amount. Like,
I think medical bankruptcy is. I think medical
debt
is the top thing for bankruptcy.
That and I mean, well, you can't student loan debt. You usually can't.
Student loans is. Also,
but you can't bankrupt from it if it's from the
with
government.
that, do you think?
They keep it on.
I mean, do you think that just because obviously with that the government would be more in control of that, right?
Yeah. So don't you think? I would imagine that the government's going to want to pay as little as possible.
Yeah.
But it's coming out of our pocket, though.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, they might want to, but you think the insurance companies and all that
would be abolished.
We wouldn't have insurance.
Yeah, because that's all part of
but
the
companies want to go ahead and charge them, you know, ridiculous amounts because they know that the government's going to pay for it?
Look at it this way. So basically, if you cut off that whole thing, you're basically like, no, you can't do business here because... Well, they've broken laws. They've murdered people. They've done a lot of things. They've committed a lot of crimes already against humanity.
Yeah.
So
that should be law.
They lost their voice a long time ago.
Yeah, just because they're flaunting this money doesn't mean shit. Because
regardless, like, what was it? Like that Prop 22, like the rideshare thing. Rideshare companies were threatening to leave California. You're not going to leave California.
There's no way.
Way too much money here.
There's no way it's a false threat. When a company says that they're going to pull out of somewhere, they're not going to do that.
it.
No.
They're going to throw away
That's
all
the
that
last
profit?
resort.
Of course not.
Yeah,
America-
I'm gonna not make money anymore.
America
Again,
is
it's
the
just
richest
a-
the richest country in modern history.
Mhm.
There's no way you're not going to want to use that market.
Again, that's just a way to manipulate the
Yeah.
layman's, though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
for sure.
oh God, I can't use Uber anymore. Oh my God, no.
Oh, but I live in LA,
And I'm just like,
and I need to get to the club.
these people are just trying to get paid what they feel they deserve. You know what I mean? Especially in a fucking pandemic where like they are technically hazard pay people. You know what I mean? Like they probably have more exposure than most of these
True.
workers. You know?
At least if we can please get some fucking healthcare for the pandemic.
See,
Yeah, at
exactly.
least. At least.
And I get what you were saying earlier about how like it's going to stock up. You're right that in the beginning, if we did implement something like that, that's why it has to be done incrementally to do something like Medicare
So
for all.
then it doesn't flood.
Yeah, it is going to flood. The thing
Yeah.
is, it is going to happen. But that's kind of our fault too by bringing up a culture of like growing up when you go to work. If you're sick, you still go to work.
Yeah.
You don't go to the doctor.
You don't take
No.
time
Why
off.
don't you go to the doctor?
Because you don't want
know it's going to cost money.
Yep.
Yep. Because it's gonna cost you money because you're losing money.
So our whole
There's both.
culture is kind of
revolved around
fucked
that.
up. Like we're like some of the worst people to get hit by a pandemic.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
because of that.
Literally,
almost-
the COVID pandemic is hitting us super hard because of that. A lot of
Yeah.
these underlying medical conditions that probably could have been taken care of long term if we had, if we weren't so
proper
concerned
care.
about money. You know what I mean? Like you can actually just go to a doctor and not
Yeah.
worry that
Everybody
you
would
can't
have
pay the
gotten
bill.
tested. Everybody would have gotten that. Everybody.
But
would've
I mean,
gotten-
like, so what was some of the factors that cause severe reaction to COVID-19 is like obesity, diabetes, high blood pressure, and we are super high in that as a country.
all of them.
That's
You
all
know
of
what I
us.
mean? No, and
That's America.
But
Yeah.
see, in
Foresight.
other countries that have free healthcare, that's not necessarily a big issue. Why? Because they probably went to a doctor. The
Right.
doctor told them, "Hey, your cholesterol's high.
Yeah.
Hey, you have high blood pressure. You need to do this and this and this to change your lifestyle." But because we couldn't afford that, you know what I mean? We just continue to do our same thing. And again, like what he's talking about, like, oh, well, I can't afford to be sick. I gotta go work. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And like that's why we're getting hit so hard with it. You know what I mean? And like
this essential worker bullshit is just
we just
like,
need to wake up, as a people. That like we've been sold this idea that it's just like it's not possible. No, it is possible. You know
Like
what I
there's
mean?
other countries that have done it.
Exactly. How are you telling me that the supposedly greatest country in the world can't do it? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
dude.
Like no. And like it's funny how like everybody else is doing it and like they continue to just push that narrative here, and it's just like
even through this pandemic, and it's crazy
Yeah,
how much
yeah.
we've like altered everything to adjust to this pandemic, but can't adjust to that. Like, how easy is it to now get stuff delivered, or stuff like without contact and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
We
It
adapt.
adjusted so fast.
And we adapt to it.
And like, how come those adjustments can't be made towards things that'll benefit all of us?
Right.
They just want to keep us working, and because they don't want to do it.
What if
People-
it's like the education system where you have schools that are kind of controlled by the government, and then you have public schools that are owned by
Oh, so you're talking about private
yeah,
schools?
kind of like you have
Yeah.
both. You
Yeah.
have
that's
like
fine.
like a private
Okay with
insurance.
that.
yes, right. Like
I mean, if they had both, I mean, they could probably find a way to make it work.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I
They
don't
could make it
agree,
work.
but-
Yeah, people.
It is possible.
But that's the thing is like then it's kind of like what happened with Donald Trump with the whole COVID shit. Like he got this special treatment, and like only like the special doctor or whatever that could attend to him. That's what these guys would go. All the doctors would aspire to be a personal
specialist.
doctor.
Yeah.
All, that's
To
what
make
they-
the money.
that was-
That's what I was
to make
gonna
the money.
say. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying with like the whole private thing and
It's like Snoop Dogg's
but
blunt
that-
roller.
right. I want that. I want the blunt roller, and also
Thank you.
See,
I
No.
want to believe that
But then there's
that
the
somebody
fucking
that's gonna
free
own a
blunt
private
roller.
school is gonna do it for the right things. But part of me is like, at some point you're like, you want a profit motive, you want to make money.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you kind of have to grapple with actually helping your community and profiting.
See, so like I read this story about this traveling nurse who's working during the COVID-19 pandemic, which obviously she's got a very hectic thing that she's been dealing with. And right now she was working in El Paso, Texas, which is I think becoming one of the bigger epicenters in our country right now. She was in New York, so she saw how it went down in New York and whatnot. And she said that in this article I was reading that in El Paso, like she saw some stuff that like not even in New York that went down like that. And like there was this room that they called the pit where they would put any really severe COVID cases in. Just let them die. Literally, the nurses had 3 resuscitate orders. So if they flatlined, you're only allowed to like do CPR. I want to bring them back 3 times. After that, it's done. And like she obviously that's very emotional to go through and see these people that like literally you just can't help. And she was thinking she was thinking too that like this kind of care is something that she didn't see anywhere else. You know what I mean? Like if these people would have gotten the proper care early on, they probably could have survived. But because they're being neglected, you know what I mean? And then she also saw how like one of the more prominent doctors in the hospital, when his wife got COVID-19, she got special treatment. She was in the ICU. And out of all the people in the ICU, she was the only one to get out of that, alive. And so it's just like, it kind of tells you like, medically speaking, we are capable of doing it. But financially speaking, our system,
we don't want to.
Our system is definitely heavily weighed on money. You know, if you have the money, you're gonna live. If you don't, you're gonna die.
Yeah, that's why South Park again. Magic Johnson.
I feel like Luis keeps on bringing up cartoons.
Well, he's trying to keep it lighthearted. I appreciate that, but
it's true because Magic Johnson had cancer, and then like nobody knows like he got rid of cancer and he's still alive. Right. And like the secret is money.
Yeah,
that's what
cancer. I thought he had AIDS.
You know,
you're talking about Magic
sorry,
Johnson.
Magic Johnson had AIDS.
Well, I mean, that's different. That's different. I mean, it's different in the sense that like the treatments for 90s. But the treatments for AIDS have definitely improved. He was probably there at the cusp of that treatment, but anybody else. AIDS? Well, that was before all that.
That's because no, that was around the same time.
Was it?
Magic Johnson was what, 80s, 90s? When was Magic Johnson?
Google it. No, I want to say 90s.
You can check it.
Yeah, we could Google that shit. But anyways, like I'm pretty sure like same time as Magic Johnson was.
But Eazy also had money.
Yeah, but the thing is, that was a
not
thug.
Really.
They're not gonna let a thug live.
But he had money.
I know he did.
Kind of had money.
No, I'm not saying like I'm not trying to start
a whole history.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean that fool fucked his way to death.
They got shafted for a while.
I think also like entrepreneurs, they lose their morals because, I mean, not all of them, but I think some of them, they want to build a business to where they want to help, not only just help, but also obviously make money because that's the only way of surviving helping. But I think eventually, once it gets big enough, once they get that ego, once they want more money, then they sell it off to corporates. And then corporates are like, okay, now you have a quota that you have to meet. And now they're forced to do things that they weren't
their way, not your way.
Now their moral has completely changed.
Like how much to sell your soul.
Pretty much. Like you have to stick to your original morals. You can't let that change. Or just just stick to the company. Don't sell it.
Yeah, now you got to turn people away if they don't get certain things, even though they've been loyal customers to you for years.
Yes, exactly.
Like it doesn't matter anymore.
Because within that, you build a community. Now your customers know you. You know your customers. Yeah. And that.
But see, that's the thing that those big companies go for is those communities. They're going to destroy those communities by doing that. That's what Amazon does too. Like. They're trying to reach out to communities and have them fucking like sell through Amazon, but they're charging up to hoo-ha. They're fucking giving them, certain quotas they gotta meet at certain times, even though they're not open at those times.
Right.
But just because Amazon is open 24 hours or whatever, because it's a website.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like these are like ungodly amount of like requirements to need for a small business.
Right.
There used to be protests like against Walmarts that would open up in new cities and stuff.
Yeah.
People would literally
Protest
protest.
them?
Yeah, because
Because it's
it would
destroying-
force them to close down, like,
Local
like
shops
somebody
and
has like a
South
gun
Park.
shop
Oh,
or a
that's
tackle
right,
a meat
yes.
shop or a grocery store.
We don't
Yeah.
care about South Park. Stop
Yeah,
it.
South Park
so-
was brand new.
No,
Here we go.
I'm
Here
not
we
talking
go
about
again.
South Park.
No, I know, I was.
Like, that's
It was about Walmart.
that's a reality.
It's like,
you
I
know?
need
Like,
bowls,
that's-
and I could get it like right down the street, but I could go to Walmart and go look
Yeah.
around.
I mean, that's kind of the beauty of the internet too, is that it kind of gives you that
Dude, Amazon is just like Walmart
that
on crack.
opportunity. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Obvious.
But without having to deal with all the ghetto people.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing
Get
that
up,
Jeff
people.
Bezos probably, he walked into a Walmart and was like walking around and was like, dude, all these people don't want to be here, but they have to.
Have you ever
How
seen?
do I make it easier for them?
Have you seen them?
Have you guys ever seen them testify to Congress?
Who, Jeff Bezos?
Jeff Bezos,
Mark
Was it
Zuckerberg.
Bezos?
Oh, I've seen Mark
Bezos.
Zuckerberg.
what's the dude from? I'm gonna say Tim Apple. His name Tim Cook. Like those,
Oh,
those, and
Okay.
the Jack Dorsey. Like
it's a different guy for
Oh.
Apple because
Tim Cook.
is it Tim Cook?
It's
Yeah,
Tim
it's
Cook.
Tim
Oh.
Cook.
Yeah, but Trump called him Tim Apple.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah.
anyways, so
Apple.
when
Of course
when they talk to these people, it's almost as if they don't know what's going on within
They
their own
don't.
companies.
Oh.
It really, like, you'll talk to these people, and then I think it was one of them where I think it was Jeff Bezos didn't even know how to properly use his computer, and you would think somebody.
He's like, I don't
What?
know.
Yeah.
That makes sense though.
Yeah,
I mean,
like-
once you
like
once you
unmuting
make all that
yourself.
money, like you
don't have
separate
time.
yourself from the
Yeah.
actual
How do you not
operation
have
of the
time?
company though. Like like at that point, the company is just making him money. He's no longer
It's an
literally.
investment.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Like he's paying other people to run it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like he's not
Basically, what I'm
necessarily
getting at is
hands
they're
on
totally
anymore.
disconnected from
Of course.
from
Well,
reality.
of course
or
they are.
what's happening
Eventually
to
you
where
do.
He's
don't
just
even
getting
know
the
what's
money,
going
and
on, yeah.
you know, all he's just like, yeah, I own Amazon.
Yeah.
But
And-
if you were to ask him how it's run, like I don't know.
And for
It's
that
just
it takes
run.
time. And if you have an engineer or a project manager that does that, like it's probably cheaper for me to pay him than invest my time and my money on myself because
When I could
exactly
find more
instead
people
of
to pay.
instead of me
Yeah.
trying to figure this stuff out, I could invest this time to grow another Amazon in another state.
Well, I guess
That's true.
I know I get what you're saying, but I think that the ownership that you're taking,
Yeah.
I feel like that needs to be more distributed
Yes.
against
No, that's true.
amongst like
Yeah,
employees
that's
and
true.
other people that do things because no one ever does anything on their own. That's
Yeah.
not true. That's not true.
To pay people a
There's no
way
way.
lower amount than
Yeah.
what you're making.
I have
just for-
coworkers that talk about that stuff. Like, you didn't make that computer that you're checking those parts on. You didn't do that. Somebody did that. Somebody helped you at some point.
Mhm.
So I think it's always important never to forget that there's always other people involved.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
but when you
Yes.
make that much money, I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
But what- yeah,
you
he's-
have this like
making
feeling of
so
grandeur.
much
I'm sure.
money.
Yeah, like at that point, it doesn't even matter. Like anybody that has a negative opinion, he just pays them off. Like if
Yeah.
it's really that
Oh,
case,
just
like
shut
here,
up.
take some money, get
Yeah.
get out of my face. You know, like,
And that's the problem too. The people that just shut up and take the money, you gotta be strong enough to be like, you know what? I don't want your money. I'm here because I came with a
Oh, that's
purpose.
tough.
Dude,
I know. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
the
That's
root of
tough.
If
You
someone
know
throws like
what's
$1 million
tough?
in your face,
It all
that's
depends.
tough.
Yeah, and I mean,
You start
if you
thinking about
accept
what
that
they
$1
can
million
do for you.
dollars, what's the difference between you and him?
Nothing.
What are you
Exactly.
You guys are the same motherfuckers. Because
Exactly.
You let your
you have
your
both succumbed
temptations
to the sin of greed.
of greed.
Yes.
It's
Money.
But like the thing is,
Money.
like what sucks about that is
Dinero.
like the first thing you think about is your family. You're like, I'm gonna get my mom a house. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna do this with that money. Like if I sell out, that's what I'm gonna do. And you think it's for good intention, so you convince yourself that that's why you took that money.
Right.
You know, like I took that $1 million because I'm gonna use it to help my family. I'll keep my mouth shut and let Jeff Bezos or whatever make his money while I get this $1 million. That's
Right.
like that's what makes it even more crazy that he has this much money. Is that you're okay
That's a
with
lot of
him
money.
throwing a scrap, and you're like, oh, with this scrap I can do so much, and he's like, yeah, exactly.
Right.
like
Yeah.
that's
One of the
crazy.
things I try to implement is like I try to not let it get to me that when I'm short of money or whatever, because it's like money is there.
Yeah.
It always comes and goes.
Yep.
But it's the way that you treat it when you have not enough money.
It's
It's all
being
about your
educated on
attitude.
it, dude.
Yeah, your attitude towards it.
It all
Because
relates to-
you're always gonna be struggling for money.
Yeah.
You know?
See,
all the time.
The thing
Yeah.
though, is
Not
like,
Jeff Bezos.
when you have,
even him, because he's
Well,
got
now
this
he-
number in
yeah.
his head.
And now
that he
he's
wants to
struggling
reach.
But
with,
see,
with
that-
happiness and
but
time.
that's the thing though, is that we can't really say that. Like once someone receives that kind of money, that kind of leisurely pass in life, you know, when they can literally, like, it changes you mentally. You're
Yeah.
no longer really the same person. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Like, that's why a lot of people talk about, like, once you have all this money, like, when you have everything in the world at your disposal, like literally anything,
Yeah.
you're just bored.
Yeah.
You're just bored at that point. You know what I mean? Like, you
There's
can
no
literally
chase.
like, there's like I'm gonna go visit fucking Japan. All right, I'm gonna go to Japan. I'll be there
Cool.
for 2 weeks. All right, cool. You can literally do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
This guy over here I didn't like in high school. I'm gonna fucking hire someone to kill him. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like even that. Hey, no, but I'm just
You can.
saying, like
have money.
morally
You got big money
speaking,
dreams.
when you have that kind of money though.
I want to go to Japan. I also
Hey.
want to kill this motherfucker.
Hey, if you think Jeff Bezos will have the money to fucking hire a private fucking assassin, of course
Oh,
he
yeah.
fucking
I know,
does.
if you,
But, like-
if you don't believe there are private assassins,
Of course.
then
Whoa,
you
whoa,
are
whoa,
an idiot.
whoa, whoa,
But
whoa.
but see
You can't be calling them assassins. That's offensive.
Yeah, hitmen,
They're
people.
They're people, Andrew.
all I'm saying is that, like, it morally you compromise yourself. You're no longer the same person because you
No.
have everything at your disposal. So like things that you might have necessarily not been okay with previously in life doesn't affect you anymore. You
Oh,
know what I
yeah.
mean? It's just
Especially
different.
the moment you took
You
that
can't make
money.
rich sound horrible. Being rich sound horrible. You know?
I mean, you
Maybe-
kind of sell your humanity a little bit.
And within that, you need struggle, so that way you could get, be like, oh, like, so you could get off that ego. Because I'm pretty sure with his ego is like, I'm a baller.
I know.
I'm the shit.
I do whatever the fuck I
And it's
want.
like somebody needs to fucking, hammer him down and show him the struggles. To be like, I need to get my shit straight.
Yeah, the
You'd probably get
IRS.
fired. That guy. How do you get in here? Get him out of here.
Yeah, get him out of here.
Get my assassin.
You're hired. Get him out.
Get my assassin. Fucking- Where is he at?
ass in.
He's like, si, senor.
Gets it in twice.
Gets it in twice.
Aren't you an entrepreneur?
I'm trying to be.
Are you gonna be like Jeff Bezos?
No.
Can you give me $1 million?
You can't say that.
I don't even have $1 million
Wait,
myself.
we just had this whole conversation. You can't say that.
I
Say
know,
what?
dude.
You can't say no. I'm not gonna be like Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, dude. we
Well,
know
I'm
you're
gonna
gonna
try
change.
not to. That's
Well,
why I
that's
had.
bullshit.
Oh, I don't believe you.
That's
No,
why.
that's
That's
fucking-
why I
You're gonna
have.
try?
That's why I have you guys.
No.
No.
No?
You're gonna
Yeah,
have me
let's stick it-
assassinated. We just
I'm
talked
not
about
a
this.
hitman. Yeah.
Assassinate these three.
I can't even roll a blunt.
Assassinate.
What makes you think you're assassin?
And it comes full circle.
Yeah.
You can't roll a blunt, you deserve to die.
You can't
Yeah.
get. You're gonna get assassinated. You can't hold your own against this.
Incoming
Yeah.
cartoon reference by Luis 3, 2, 1.
South Park had an episode about
South Park had an episode about
assassins.
assassins and blunt rolling.
Yeah, they didn't call them hitman. They called them hit.
They called them fucking bluntmen.
hit
Hitlers.
gender fluidity.
Hitlers?
Hitlers. Yeah,
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
You feel clever about that? You're happy about that joke?
No.
It
No.
is gender fluid.
No, I worked on that one all night. So thanks for shutting me down, Andrew.
Good, because it was terrible.
I'm gonna be quiet now.
What were you saying?
I said, well, that's what I mean. But like, you gotta not lose your moral.
You
you
know,
know,
you're going
Yes.
to.
Yes.
It's hard. Like,
You're a
how much
human.
money do you need to sell your soul? You know?
Yeah.
And see, the way sometimes when you just do stuff,
Swisher Sweets.
that's I'm not saying because I'm
Shout
already
out
there,
Swisher Sweets.
but I'm just saying from like when I hear stuff like when you're already doing it, money just comes at you.
I don't know.
You know.
That's if you
I
do it
don't-
properly.
Exactly, and that's what I
Yeah.
mean. It's like, what do you do? Do you reject it? And I don't know, but like I listen to a lot of Joe Rogan, and like I seen to what there was a time where he
Shout out
was
Joe Rogan.
being a dick, But after he won an experience, and I think he tried ayahuasca or something.
Yeah, you're big on that.
and he completely changed.
Did he really?
Yeah, dude.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
and like
I'm a
now
big
he's
advocate
more
for
he's
psychedelics.
Seriously.
more patient.
Oscar.
And he's more into hearing people, and it's like you need that. You like we said, you need a struggle
Could it be
Yeah,
to put you back on earth.
Yeah,
To humble,
you know?
yeah.
you need to be humble.
That's why I feel like a lot of our problems in society would be different if everybody just fucking took acid.
True.
Yeah.
Honestly, you gotta open up the closed-minded
Yeah,
person.
yeah. Because you start
Everybody over
realizing a lot of
25,
stuff
right?
isn't
Huh?
important.
Everybody over 25 took acid, right?
Yeah.
like mandatory like coming of age trip.
I don't know. Not even, it shouldn't even be an age.
No, yes, it should be.
No, it should be an age.
Yeah, because your brain's not developed.
Yeah.
Well,
I
okay.
see that.
Yeah.
To a certain, I understand
So even
that.
smoking
Even
marijuana
some
before
25-year-old
25, even smoking marijuana before 25 can fuck your brain up.
Or can. So
Well, thanks,
you're using a
Steven.
safe word.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You just can.
You're
Just
welcome.
made me realize I'm fucking retarded.
Well, then what the fuck? Yeah, this podcast, you've been listening
That's just my
To a bunch of retards.
Sorry, retards. Sorry.
I feel you. I'm a retard.
Yeah.
I think if somebody would have told me that my brain was still forming until I'm like 25, I probably would have done a lot of other shit. You know, that's just.
I don't know.
I wouldn't have had sugar.
The person you are right now is a accumulation of all the experiences from there to now.
Shit.
So okay, you saying that if someone would have told me that,
I read notes every day for.
See, you're doing the same thing as like regulating drugs, though.
Oh fuck no!
Yes,
now
you
you're
are.
making me sound like
You're like telling
communist.
people don't, because when you tell somebody don't do this, okay, legal drinking age is 21. Who drank when they were?
Wait,
who waited until
no.
21?
You're doing what you're doing is you're confusing science and cultural norms in society and stuff.
Okay.
What I'm telling you,
you're telling me that the brain develops
the
at a
brain's developing up until the age of 25. I think it's somewhere around that time.
Yeah, that's on average. Still.
Yeah, so you shouldn't be. I don't know. If
Okay,
it's
let's
on
say it's
average.
20 to 25.
Well,
What are you talking about? Like
'cause
your
he
brain
said
only
average.
develops between 20.
No, because he said
I
average.
get what you're
So I
saying.
said, okay,
Yeah.
let's say 20
So how
to
could you put an
25.
age on it? Because even some 25-year-olds aren't ready to take DMT just because they're 25.
I'm just gonna say I don't think anybody's ready to take DMT.
No, well, like,
And you just
no.
gotta do it.
Yeah, you just gotta do it.
If you're ready to take DMT, don't take DMT.
If you're not ready, you should take it.
I feel like every second doesn't
I
like
like the
that
way you
though.
think. Let's
I
take
don't
DMT.
know. Let's do it now. Who's got DMT on hand, Andrew?
Just so.
Oh, me? You just gonna look at me?
Do you
Oh, there's
know?
some
I
under
don't.
here.
I have shrooms.
Oh,
But
okay.
I get what you're saying, and you know that does relate to when we were talking about like the whole weird when you can marry a person thing.
True, same thing. It's just how the human mind
But I
develops.
guess
and using
like
averages.
we got to make sure that we as critically thinking beings, you know, differentiate between what's fact and what's
Because then why can you go to
policy,
war?
I guess.
Why can't you just go and kill people and experience that kind of trauma and not fucking smoke weed?
because
Like, how is that healthier for you than smoking
it's
weed?
not.
Wait, who says that's healthier?
I know who says
Well,
that's healthy.
Because it's
Call of
allowed.
Duty?
It's allowed at
Oh.
18. You're allowed to sign up and
Well,
fight for
that's
your country.
done. I think
Oh, but
Because
that's different.
I think
It's
that's
under, different
well. That's
guise.
well. Hold on. That I would imagine that's done because your brain is not fully formed and you are more influential at that point.
Yeah.
So you can be molded.
Of course. Yeah, so
That's
that's
what I
okay.
would imagine.
That-
so
that
It's
for
not
sure
healthy,
should-
but
I
it's
mean,
okay.
that's kind of like a knock against it, wouldn't it be? Like you want.
I feel like even that should be moved
yeah,
up.
because I don't
Oh,
think the
of
army
course.
takes people.
What do you think,
They
like,
don't want
29
old people.
Like 21?
Why would you want old people to fight for you when they know that they don't have to do this?
Well, because I know the age limit is 30.
Yeah, the age
Yeah.
limit is 30.
Yeah.
Okay, but
But it should be like starting, let's say, at 21, no?
But you don't think something like that would be they would have some scientific reason for that?
for a developing
Hell-
brain
yeah.
to
Hell yeah,
not
they
take
do.
drugs, yeah,
Hell yeah,
no,
they
definitely.
do. It's safe to assume that the armed forces has all the information before you have it. So whatever they're doing is way ahead of whatever you're thinking.
I mean, most of our technology that we take for convenience
sure.
nowadays was a military,
Yep. At some
technology
point.
at one point. Microwaves,
Computers.
Yes.
computers,
Cell
cell
phones.
phones.
Yeah.
Like that was
Microphones.
all used in military warfare before we even use it as the convenient things we have
Mhm.
nowadays.
And I'm sure it's still going on right now.
I mean, I'm looking at our defense budget.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you think that money's going for? It's developing new weapons for us to kill people, but then it just kind of sidetracks
It
and becomes
trickles
something.
down.
It trickles.
Yeah.
It's trickle down
Yeah.
economics.
Well,
But,
the
yeah.
military is mostly used to make money now for specific corporations. That's
Yeah.
DARPA.
DARPA. No, it's the
Shout out DARPA.
Shout out DARPA.
No, it's
Thanks
the
for
usual
making
suspects.
weapons of mass destruction. Love you
I'm
guys.
not gonna say
Thank you
anything.
for making Megadeth.
All right,
Megadeth.
guys, we gotta
Megadeth.
wrap this up.
Oh, okay.
It's been an hour and 30 minutes.
Oh,
Oh,
shit,
okay.
I forgot.
Well, yeah,
Time
well,
flies when you're having
shout
fun.
out Megadeth. I love you guys. Dave
That's not a
Mustaine,
cartoon.
hopefully- It's not a
Do
cartoon.
you have like an outro or something?
A
No,
what?
he doesn't.
A what?
What?
That was technically.
Do you have an Innie or an Audi?
Well, this has been Omar's podcast. hopefully we'll do a part 2
Yes.
in
we
the
definitely
green room
have to be-
again and be prepared.
Yes.
To
And so your goal is to roll hot blunts.
how to roll.
Yeah,
how to
learn
blunts.
how to roll blunts.
Yeah,
No,
please.
how to roll how to blunts.
Yes, yes.
All right, bye guys.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. All right, now we can smoke some weed.
That was fun.